YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy Dino Bam Bam here with the 10-7 MMA, back for the UFC 330 pre-show live. Now, I've been saying this since the beginning of this series. This is the greatest, well, it's the only, but it's also the greatest pre-show on all of YouTube, goddammit. You guys should know how this shtick goes, right? We get some people on. There's always fighters. There's always content creators. There's coaches, blah, blah, blah. We get sick-ass people to join the pre-show. And, of course, today DS will be joining us in a little bit. But for right now, also, actually, we have Bromo joining us later on. But for right now, we got somebody special joining us. Back by popular demand 2 weeks in a row. He is becoming a regular. Money Mitch, what up, baby?
Good to be back. What up, Dino? Finally, a semi-decent card. Good main event, all right? That makes up for the rest, I guess.
I guess so. And I do want to say this, Mitch, before we really start getting into shit. Shout out, I might be wrong, Chunda. He's always a part of this. He is, weirdly enough, going to a wedding. Me and DS going to a wedding again tonight. So, Chunda, you'll be missed for this episode, but we'll get you back as soon as you're back. I love these comments that are rolling in real quick, Mitch. CP Smalls, shout out Chase. He's already here, locked in for the best pre-show out here.
Now I know Chase. Last time I had no idea. Now I know Chase. I checked out that reaction he did. That shit was fucking hilarious. I'm a fan of that sports word or the MMA street word.
Everyone go check out Chase, the street word sick. I hear through the grapevine you're going to be doing the Friday free-for-all at some point soon.
Me?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
A collab with Chase? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I heard.
You know what? Shit, you're first to hear it. I'm talking. We're talking. I'm down to do a little collab with Chase. He's going to have to send me a message. And then we can leak those rumors for sure.
Hey, let's go. Vex in the chat, as always, locked and loaded with the monster. Look at DS in the chat. He's not here yet, but where are the picks, bro? You guys are fucking trash. Post your picks. That's what we've been getting all week on Instagram. DS, we'll be seeing you shortly. Bleeding Edge in the fucking chat. Vex saying money, Mitch, let's go. I don't know who the ENG is, but he's here. New here, guys. Hopefully going to get some bread. Thank you, brother, for showing up. Like and subscribe here. Check out Mitch's channel, Money Mitch MMA. And Icy, I was with Icy and the boys yesterday. It was a fun time. Mitch, UFC 330, man. A couple things to talk about before we do get into the picks portion. And I know DS and some of the people are going to be heated about that. I do want to talk about yesterday. I saw a video on your channel. This is a recurring theme when you get on here. So you talked about Joshua Van and Alexandre Pantoja.
Yes. Can
you fucking see where I'm coming from now?
Now I see it. There's something brewing. I had no fucking idea. This is the biggest flyweight title fight of all time for me. It's a rematch. That makes sense. I didn't know they were going to be chirping like that. Pantoja, he was giving laser eyes to Van over there. Van, he brought out the bitch. He said this guy needs some milk. I mean, he's saying a lot of stuff. And Van's like, kid, I want to respect you. Be quiet. You know, September 19th. Dude, I am hyped. That was a better presser than Islam Garry.
Yeah, of course. Islam's got like good comedic value on there. It's like that dry, kind of slightly oblivious humor, but he's fucking hilarious. Ian Garry's like unbearable, dog. Unbearable.
Oh my god.
Fucking voice.
That was great. I'm hyped. I mean, that's gonna sell well right there. I'm so pumped for it. I mean, I know you got Pantoja. I got Van. I can't wait to do the picks on that one too.
Hell yeah. Give me 1 second, Mitch. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm fucking excited for 331. Obviously, I'm excited for 330, even though this card does kind of suck. If you want to break it down, Mitch, kind of give me your thoughts on this card as a whole. Like, what do you think? 12 fights only, which is always kind of a shame, but just give me your thoughts on everything.
So, obviously, let me just get this out of the way. This is boxing type shit right here, where you're just waiting all night for the main event. Obviously, a little better because in boxing, there is no chance to get all these finishes in a row like we've seen in UFC Serbia and stuff. If I had to give an honorable mention, I mean, there's some close fights here. I got to give it that. At least there's some fair fights. I think Turner versus Fernandes should be a banger right there. That's going to be a fun one. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I think a lot of these prelims, I think the last couple weeks, again, we got a lot of new viewers on this channel because we did do the 2 perfect cards out of 3 weeks. I think those were easier cards than this one. I'll be honest with you. And this isn't me just being like a little bitch or whatever. I'm just saying, truthfully, those were easier cards to choose in this one. There's a lot of 50-50 fights. As we see, there's pick'ems. There's a lot of fights on this card that are minus on both sides. So we're going to get into all of that. I wonder if we should be waiting for DS, but Ebrock's in the chat. Let's fucking go. Let's get it. Vex. I'm just putting one of my friends on MMA with this card. It should be entertaining on paper, especially the end. is heating up. Icy hot, baby. CP Smalls, I appreciate you, bros. I'm still on the way the home. So great. Listen, on the way the home. That's what he's doing, Mitch. But yeah, I heard through the grapevine you're going to be doing that. So
that's sick, man.
It's a banger. It's a banger show. Me and DS have been on it. Hope to be back soon. Shout out Yama. Shout out Chase. What's your favorite fight? Minus the two, or I guess you said Jalin and Kauê Fernandes. Let's go prelims. Do you have a favorite fight on the prelims?
Oh, a favorite fight on the prelims. Oh, I can't believe Caveman Habib Oralbai is the first fight of the night. I guess they're trying to fill the seats a little bit. That's kind of crazy. Neil Magny versus Brahima on there. You know, I know one guy only has one UFC fight between the two of them, but Tobias and Fernando, that should be a good scrap right there.
Yeah, that's one that's also a little bit weird. I know that he's a massive favorite, Fernando. And I'm picking him. Like, I'll throw that out there. I'm picking him.
Yeah.
It's shaky, right? Because when these guys don't have a lot of UFC experience, you never really know. And this other dude's a big fucking kid. So we're going to get into all these fights. Should we just get into it? Should we just start it up?
I mean, I am down. I think we covered the Van stuff. I think we covered a lot of that. We didn't talk about Armin versus, Charlie Olives pulled out. I guess we're giving him a pass for that. That's fine. I don't care. I don't got time to hate on Charlie Olives. I don't need his fans attacking me. But we got Rufi versus Armin. I like both those guys. This is striker versus grappler. Rufi, this is a no-lose situation for him. And this guy's being overlooked. Sure, am I picking Armin? Yeah, but Rufi's people, he puts them out. Who's done Fiziev like that? Let's give this guy some credit. And he did exactly what he was supposed to against Chandler, even though Chandler's super weathered. Who did that with Chandler? I know Gaethje went 3 rounds with Chandler. Who the fuck just walked him down and knocked him out however he pleased, like Rufi did?
That's facts. And I like that you mentioned Fiziev. I did an interview yesterday with Chris Taco Padilla, and it hasn't dropped yet. I'm probably going to be dropping that tomorrow. But either way, I was talking to him about, the whole division and whatnot. And he thinks, this was like his hot take on the interview, that Rafael Fiziev would knock out Ilia Topuria.
Wow. Look, people rate his striking very high, but I'm not ready to pick everybody over Topuria just yet. I think there was a lot of factors into that Gaethje fight, a lot of cockiness, the outdoors. Gaethje had nothing to lose style-wise. I'm not ready to keep picking against Topuria just yet. Let's wait for his next fight, and let's see,
Yeah.
I'm picking Armin in that That should be a good card. One more thing is, I saw your video about everyone picking, a certain someone in the main event tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's pretty crazy. That was a good video. I am very surprised. Out of all people, MMA Joey picked against his precious Islam Makhachev. I thought if you have a neck beard, you automatically get a pick from MMA Joey.
And look, and I'm not one of those people that hates on MMA Joey. Shout out MMA Joey. He's been on the channel before, by the way.
I saw that. We're
going to have him back at some point soon. But yeah, MMA Joey obviously loves Islam Makhachev, but he loves Ian Garry. He's always been kind of glazing Ian Garry, and I get it, man. Ian Gary's good. We're going to get into all that again to give it away. I think Islam Makhachev, a lot of people are underrating Islam in this one. I don't see it, but I'll be happy to get your take on everything. Look, let's get into it. Let me catch up with these freaking chats. Jalin with the long arms, massive power versus hands low and naked low kicks from Fernandes. Then we got this guy, Jada Tood. I don't know what he's saying in Arabic, but
he said, let's go Islam.
Yeah, type shit. Fiziev kills Ilia. There's Persian. There he is. To be fair, that version of Chandler was just sad to watch. Fiziev ain't knocking out Topuria. Fuck, no. Oralbai versus Wells, round 2 to start. What's your thoughts on it? Yeah, we're going to talk about that fight right now. Shit, let's get right into it. Jeremiah Wells, Makhachev Oralbai. First fight of the card. You said it, Mitch. It's kind of weird to have a guy in Makhachev Oralbai who's really famous, at least in the UFC social media, right? MMA social media world. People love Makhachev. There's a lot of jokes about him looking like a caveman. He's taking on Jeremiah Wells, the hometown guy, the Philly guy. So maybe they are trying to fill the seats by doing this, but give me your thoughts and breakdown on this fight and how you see it going.
I call him Caveman Habib. This guy is a black belt in chain wrestling. He ragdolled Chris Curtis, submitted Masayev, and if you think he can only grapple, he knocked out the Joker. He knocked out Jack Hermanson. So he does eat a punch or two when he shoots his takedowns, but that doesn't deter him from getting his takedowns. He's willing to eat 2 shots to get that takedown, and he's going to rinse and repeat. And if we're just talking about Oralbai, he's one of those guys in the welterweight division, just like Amasov. Like, these scary grapplers are coming up. I mean, we got Islam as champ, Midabek Orobai. He fits right in their mix, right there. He does look like a caveman. He's fighting someone who kind of got out-grappled their last fight in Jeremiah Wells. He was taken down by Garimbo easily in round 1. He was kind of ragdolled in round 1 by Garimbo. He gives up bad position because he goes for a lot of subs. And I feel like if he avoided those submission attempts, he could keep that good position. I will say Jeremiah Wells has no quit in him. Mentally, he is there, but he needs more ground and pound because the submissions are not going to work against Caveman Habib. And I'm going Midabek Orobai by second round submission.
Yeah, that's fair. And look, Miktabek Orobai, for what it's worth, he's minus 1050, right? So this isn't like anything fucking crazy. I think everyone on the planet is picking Miktabek Orobai for a lot of the shit that you said, Mitch. He's a really good grappler, man. Like, he is a very, very, very good grappler. He's big for the division. He's heavy on top. He does not give up position at all. Once he gets there, he is staying there. The sub is definitely live. I think the knockout is live. If you want to bet this fight in any sort of way, I guess Miktabek Orobai double chance by KO or submission is the play. But I'm right there with you, man. I'm going submission round 2. I just don't love that we're getting minus 1050 to start the card. It's kind of like a continuation of what we saw on Tuesday on the Contender Series, like a really heavy favorite. It is what it is, man. Miktabek Orobai all freaking day. See, what do you think about this, Mitch? How do you feel about round 2 to begin for sure?
I could see that happening because Midabek Orobai, I mean, he likes to take you down multiple times before he gets going, right? He has no problem just grabbing your waist, bringing you back down, giving you a little room of hope, get back up, and then he just takes you back down again. Rinse and repeat. I think he mentally breaks you before he physically breaks you. That's why I'm going round 2.
Yeah, and the way I see it, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I think it's the ENG or Thang, whatever. The way I kind of see it is the same way, right? Miktabek Orobai, he does have power in the hands, so this could end earlier than we anticipate. But Jeremiah Wells is very explosive early on in fights. He is very, very explosive to start. I'm expecting the takedowns to kind of sap his energy. And like Mitch was saying, kind of mentally defeat him before he physically does. Round 2 to start. I like it. I can't say for sure. There's nothing for sure in fucking gambling, but
no.
Yeah. Round 2 sub. All right, going to the chat. Persian says, Van thinks he's on top of the world. Such a bum. Okay, Persian, you already know my take on it. I love Alexandre Pantoja, and so does Persian. And Mitch, you're a Josh Van fan, but you're also a Pantoja fan.
Yeah, how can you not be? How can you not respect him?
I can kind of understand the mentality of a Joshua Van being so young and just kind of like feeling like you're on top of the world. And fuck, rightfully so. I think if any of us was a world champion at fighting at 24 years old, I would fucking feel that way. But kind of, what do you make of his mentality?
I just think he's doing his job. He has to sell the fight. He didn't talk about a wife, a spouse, a kid, a family member. He didn't slander Pantoja as a man. He's just talking competitive talk. And I love him, man. He's selling the fight. This guy is going to be, he's the biggest flyweight star. We've never had like this much buildup for a flyweight fight. We've had some greats. We had DJ. We had Pantoja versus, he's had some great fights, great rematches against tons of great fighters. But the buildup right here, Van knows this fight's huge. He's the main event. When's the last time we had a flyweight main event, headlining a numbered card? So Van knows his duty, and he's doing it. He's doing his job. I love it.
There we go. And as we're talking about this, I'm glad he just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, the other DS, the other Dino, DS, the 10-7 MMA. DS, what's up, baby?
What up? What up? I came on here just to say you guys at 10-7 here are scamming people. Okay. You don't post your picks. You guys, it's easy to get them right when it's all fucking favorites, bro. Okay?
And unfortunately, DS, we just both, me and Mitch, went with a minus 1100 in Miktabek Orobai. We're getting into the second fight. So if you want to give us your breakdown real quick on that, but first, give us your breakdown on this. Did you see Joshua Van and Pantoja yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
It's what I'm fucking saying, but go ahead and give me your thoughts on this.
I mean, I'm still taking Pantoja, man. Obviously, Josh Van is dangerous. I've been high on Josh Van from the get-go before he got to the UFC, and you can attest to that, Dino. I've been high on him the whole time. First of all, I mean, I feel like what the fuck did Pantoja do to him? Like, he's like, he kind of came in real hot. Like, I guess I don't get that, you know, especially, okay, he's a young ass dude, so maybe that's just what it is. But like, I never took it as like Pantoja was coming at him, like personally, you know, like right after the fight. And then Josh Van took it there. Look, I get it. Like, you're a champion, you're a young ass champion. It's definitely still something to be proud of. Even to get the title shot that young is obviously something to be proud of. He's just so damn compact. He's got a lot of power. I love the kid, man. I think he's going to be here for a long time. Really, the question comes down to, what is Pantoja at this point, right? Coming off a major injury, getting up there in age. It's at the lightest weight class in the UFC. We know that the skill level is the highest here. We know that the skill level, when it comes to age, declines the fastest here. So I still think he's got it, man. I think his grappling is just too dangerous. I think it's going to be a close fight. I think Josh Van is going to have his moments, but I think ultimately Pantoja will get the finish.
Love it. Love to hear it. And then go ahead and just, we were done with this, but Diaz, go ahead if you have anything to add. Mektabek or
I wonder who he's picking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going on any sort of limb here. I don't think I'm going to give you anything groundbreaking here, right? Like, the odds speak for themselves. When we did the breakdown, I believe it was like minus 850 or something like that. So the odds have swelled even further. Look, Jeremiah Wells is 40 years old at this point, 39 years old. And yes, he's jacked. He's powerful. He's going to be dangerous in that first round, but that's all he's got in this one. So, I mean, this is obviously like a complete lock. I mean, let's be real here. I'm going to say that he survives until like the late first, early second round, then gets submitted.
Yeah, we were asked this question, round 2 to begin, for sure. He's liking that bet. We both said, yeah, but it's, you know.
So on my notes and when in the original breakdown, I said round 2 sub, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Unless
Jeremiah Wells is not like a guy that hunts the finish like that either. So yeah, I think I like round 2 actually.
Hell yeah. Okay, so we're all in agreement. Round 2. Catching up with the chat. Are people really going to pretend Gaethje wasn't dead at the end of the second? I agree, Brennan. My take is hot. A lot of people hate it. I think Ilya beats Gaethje 9 out of 10 times. Vex is saying Van is trying to sell the fight, but he's pissing me off because it's Pantoja that it's targeted towards. And Persian comes in with Kopp would be a bigger star if the dude had a shot. Kopp would have had his shot had he beaten Makhachev after all that fucking shit talking to go out there and not do a fucking thing. Shame on Manel Kopp for that one. Let's move on to the next fight of the night. And this is where shit starts getting a little interesting. Neil Magny, the Haitian sensation, he's taking on the Albanian Ramiz Brahimaj. Mitch, go ahead and give me your thoughts on this fight.
Well, Neil Magny, I mean, listen, this guy has fought everybody. He's fought the who's who. He's been everywhere. He's durable. He's kind of well-rounded. But this guy, he needs to drown you a little bit. He's not going out there and beating people in the first round. He has to wear on you. I would say one of his weaknesses is he's not good in close quarters. In the clinch, I'm just not seeing too much danger from Neil Magny there. And when he's on his back, I mean, it's almost a wrap. If someone with top-heavy pressure is on Neil Magny's back, it's almost a wrap. But he has a lot of good stuff. I mean, he stopped Jake Matthews, but that was a little controversial. The ref just decided, I changed my mind. The round wasn't over. Oh, maybe he wasn't asleep. I thought his arm was limp, so he changed his mind on that. That was a little bit of a sketchy win, even though Magny ended up winning by submission. But Magny has to drown you. I don't give him any slander or anything negative for losing to Yaroslav. All right, like I have no problem with him doing that. But he has to be in the dominant spot to do good. He has to pressure or be on top of you. Now, Brahimaj, I know he lost his last fight to, I believe, Soriano. He's got, he's well-rounded, body kicks. He's really adamant on those takedowns. I think he's going to shoot on Neil Magny. Good for Neil Magny that this guy's really not good in the clinch. He doesn't really do much in the clinch. So maybe he's more durable than Magny. But I got to say, I think he's better on the ground than Magny. And Magny sometimes wins those fights on the ground, those close fights. Magny kind of pulls it off last second on the ground. So I'm going to go with Ramiz Brahimaj.
By submission?
I would go after 2.5 rounds, either late submission or decision.
Okay, so Ramiz Brahimaj, just to give you guys a little extra info, 13 professional wins, all of them by finish, 12 of them by submission. DS, give me your thoughts on this fight.
You guys aren't going to like this. A lot of you aren't going to like this. I'm taking Neil Magny, man. I'm taking Neil Magny. He has fought, obviously, the much better level of competition. For me, like the big thing here really is the 8-inch reach advantage. Like 8 inches is a lot of inches.
That's an absurd amount of inches.
That's like nobody should have that many inches, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
so
no, I agree.
And he's look at 39 years old. Obviously, like this is a risky pick. Okay, like I'm not saying go bet the fucking house on Neil Magny here. What odds are you seeing on this right now, live? By the way,
Let's see. Right now it is
120.
Minus 148 is what I'm seeing for Ramiz Brahimaj. 124 plus.
Okay, so I mean Magny's still getting some respect. I'm telling you, man. I think that 8-inch reach advantage, his ability to survive bad spots, and I mean, look, Mitch said that he likes the striking to some degree of Brahimaj. I don't think he's that well-rounded. I really don't, man. I don't really rate the striking highly at all. He's an unbelievable submission-first grappler, and he's definitely going to be hunting that submission. I think he's going to have some moments in that first round, and I think he's going to be able to get it to the ground, and he's going to be attempting some submissions. I just think with the length of Neil Magny, and I mean, yeah, obviously Brahimaj is better on the ground. I just think he's got a knack for making these younger guys fight his exhausting, awkward style. And I think we're going to see a win for Neil Magny here by decision, man. I really do.
I would like that, by the way. I'm pulling for Neil Magny. You know, I'm pulling.
Hell yeah, and I'm with DS on this one, Mitch. Look, Ramiz Brahimaj, we already broke it down. Great submission threat. DS, I agree. The stand-up is not that good, but he does have a lot of power in his hands. Like
he does have power. He does have power for sure.
He swings like really wide, really loopy, and like massive fucking shots to get into the takedown positions. But Mitch, I kind of disagree. I think Neil Magny is a beast in the clinch. I think the knees up the middle, if Brahimaj is not able to take him down in the Muay Thai clinch, in the over-unders, in the 50-50 positions, I think he could throw some knees. And that's the kind of shit that saps people. I've seen Ramiz Brahimaj look exhausted in fights, and for what it's worth, he's finish or bust. Let's say he doesn't get Neil Magny out of there in the first round. Neil Magny has landed some fucking knees. I expect Brahimaj to slow down. I'm going Neil Magny by decision. I think I like the underdog price here against a guy that I don't really rate too highly in Brahimaj. I think he's more of a specialist, more of a lower.
I think Mike Malott is better than Brahimaj.
Way better.
Way better. Malott. Yeah. So, I mean, look, that wasn't that long ago, right? Like, and obviously, you know, maybe Neil Magny's done. I think his style lends itself well to maintaining a long career, right? In this weight class. So, I mean, I like it, man. I really like the plus money on Magny here. I will also say, though, if we see Brahimaj hunting submissions, get him down, hunting submissions, and, you know, like really pushing Magny on the ground the first round, this might also be a good live betting opportunity.
Big facts. We were actually talking about that yesterday with Icy, who's in the chat. Shout out Icy. Everyone go check him out. He's saying Neil Magny over 1.5. How do you guys feel about this? Or Mitch,
for sure, if he does. Brahimaj is durable. He's durable.
Yeah. No, Magny's not getting a finish here. I mean, I guess I could see like a late TKO, but I mean, not before the third round, like late third round.
Okay. So, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, he has to drown him. He has to drown him.
I agree. Going to be here from now on, guys. Really appreciate it for breaking my confusion. Thank you, brother. We really appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Follow on Instagram, the107MMA. Brennan Warren. I was devastated when Magny turned it on my boy Malott. Shout out proper Mike Malott. He's got a main event coming up with Joaquin Buckley. That should be interesting. Brennan, I'm not the biggest fan of Mike Malott. I do think Joaquin Buckley is the better fighter. I think it would be shocking if Malott wins, but if you guys want to give a quick breakdown on that.
I'm rooting for Buck. You know, he's from Michigan, you know. I saw that interview, by the way, with Chaos. That was cool. But yeah, I'm going with Buck, all right? Stylistically, I know Buck is the better striker here, and I know Mallett's a little more well-rounded, all right? He beat Holland, but I'm finally picking Buck, all right? I don't think it's going to the ground, and I think he knows it's do or die. It's do or die for him.
DS?
Yeah, I'm going with Buckley, man. I'm going with Buckley. I think it's going to be a good fight. I don't know. I just think like I respect the power of Buckley a lot more, and I think they're both going to land some shots. I just think Buckley's going to do the more damage, and I think he's ultimately going to win.
So fucking explosive, Joaquin Buckley. Going back to the chat, Coffee Breakfast Herbs Picks. Shout out Coffee Breakfast Herbs Picks. I kind of like Magny by decision, Brahimaj by sub. Yeah, if you have a book that can do that, split them up, Magny decision, Brahimaj sub, all freaking day. The ENG says I'm avoiding this fight, too much risk. Exactly. And we talked about this on the betting show that I did yesterday with Icy and the boys. You don't have to bet everything. Not everything. Sometimes you could just watch the fight. You know what I mean?
Especially not a Magny fight.
I'm saying. Got it at plus 225. And look who's in the chat. Yama, Thinker St. James. Everyone go check out Yama Show. Malott not going to lay on Buckley, so he's got a shot. Hell yeah, brother. I believe that as well. Let's move on to the next fight. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
This
Go.
one is me and Mitch were talking about this before you got on, DS. This is kind of
I heard, yeah.
I know Fernando's like a minus 300 right now, but anytime you have guys with like very little UFC experience, always a little bit shaky. So going back to the thing that I was saying, if you're not very confident, you don't have to bet on everything. Save your money, be wise with your cash. But Mitch, give me your thoughts on fight number 3, Rafael Tobias, Lucas Fernando.
So they have one UFC fight between the two of them, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So Tobias, his last fight, lost a decision against the guy who performed well the last card, Nurgazai. He's got a decent left hook. He's dangerous when he stands and trades. He does have takedowns. He does seem a little green, a little raw, whatever you want to call it. He had fight finishing opportunities on the ground against Nurgazai. He had him pinned against his back. That's what was in the question about Nurgazai last card. But he didn't set up his strikes on the feet. He wasn't really using good footwork. You know, call him stationary. I think that would be fair. He almost subbed Nurgazai last second by knee bar, though. He almost had a buzzer beater knee bar. So this guy's got potential. He's just a little green. Fernando, UFC debut, rangy striker from what I saw. I tried to find as many as I could. Rangy striker. He's more versatile on the feet for sure. Good late kicks. I would call him the better striker, the more cerebral striker. He's a fucking finisher. 8 first-round finishes, 7 knockouts. That's pretty fucking impressive, even though it's not UFC. I think he can avoid the ground. I think he can stick and move if he has to. I don't know how good his grappling is, but he is better at what he does than Tobias. I think Fernando's a better striker than Tobias's grappler. So I'm going to go Fernando by knockout. It could be any round. I don't think he's going to get a first round KO. Let me go third round.
Okay. DS.
Yeah, look, man, Rafael Tobias is only 22 years old. He's still really young. He's got real power, man. I think he's still developing. And like we always say, right, like at that stage of your career, when you're that young, you can absolutely make big jumps in your game, right? The fight against Nurgazai, I mean, I don't rate Nurgazai particularly highly here, but I do think that there's some upside with Tobias in general, right? For me, and I said this the other day, the problem for me is that the offense right now is pretty crude, right? Everything is big movements, big punches, kind of waiting for opportunities instead of trying to create them and you know, find some on the counter and things like that. So I think that's the same thing that makes him dangerous is also what makes him fairly predictable for me. So especially against a guy like Lucas Fernando, who is, you know, he's the more experienced fighter in my, like, if you just look at the record in general, the record's pretty good, but he's also fought in the LFA, right? Like if you look at the records of his opponents, he's fought good quality competition, right? And he's riding, I believe, a 4-fight winning streak. Recently, he seems to be more willing to sit on the offense too and hunt the finishes as well. So I think there's a lot less wasted motion with him here. So yes, Tobias has some power here, and I think the odds are maybe a little bit out of whack. I think they're a little bit just too divided in my opinion here. But I think the difference in the shot selection and, you know, like I said, the wasted motion for Tobias is just going to hurt him ultimately. I think it's going to be a good, fun fight, man, but I'm taking Fernando by second round TKO.
Yeah, and I don't really have too much to add into it. I think you guys did a great job in breaking this down. One thing I will add in when it comes to Lucas Fernando, of course he has more experience, all that good shit. He's an LFA champion. And for those of us that are in the know, if you guys watch LFA, you guys watch some regional scene stuff, that is the best regional scene. Would you say, Dino, the best like regional promotion?
For sure. Yeah, I would say so.
You know what I mean? So being a champ in the LFA is no freaking joke. Nasty leg kicks, great Muay Thai. He's faced higher level competition. Rafael Tobias is very, very young. I do think there's room to grow. He's very green, all that kind of stuff. I think it can happen by knockout. I think it can happen by decision. If you feel confident in this one, just play the money line. Don't be greedy about it. This guy's shown the ability to go 15 hard. So I'm going Lucas Fernando. No, just like confidence levels medium, I'll be honest with you, because I'm not like super sold on him. And I guess Tobias being so athletic can make the strides. So let's get into the chat real quick. Look who's here. I might be wrong. I'm here. I'm alive, boys. He got robbed, okay? But he's good. He's in, I believe, Northern Ireland.
I knew he was Irish, yeah.
My boy got robbed. Persian in the chat. When's the last time the UFC had 3 title fights on one card? I want to say Abu Dhabi, Fight Island, back when, the Rona was going on. Yeah, I want to say it was one of those cards. Tobias takedown ladder, over 1.5, over 2. Cesar Almeida taking Fernando down. Doesn't look good now. He's facing a straight grappler. Takedown bet is a lock, but Fernando TKO/KO late is the best bet. And then look what we do here. Look at the magic of live television. Send me link, brother. Send you link, brother. You are on. Chunda, what happened to this wedding? You got
Man,
robbed.
hold on. You're exposing
Dude.
me.
Is this mic working?
Oh, we can hear you.
I hear you.
Bro, my gear got fucking fleeced.
What?
I had to get a new microphone, brother.
Is that what happened to your camera too, my guy?
Yeah, exactly, bro. Bro, don't go to Paris. don't go there.
Oh,
I've heard that a
you
lot,
in Paris
actually.
right now?
I've heard that so many times. People get fucking robbed in Paris.
Dude.
Pickpocket.
Lucky man and all that shit. Fucking hell.
You didn't use your jiu-jitsu on him?
I pulled guard.
Oh shit! All
I
right,
pulled guard.
that should do it.
You didn't hit him with a. I can't let you get close.
Hey, I wish.
There we
Anyway,
go.
I'm
Hey,
here now.
there we go, Chunda. Let me catch up on this chat. Fernando TK. I think we read this, but Fernando TKO KO round 2, round 3 after he gets took down a couple times. Tobias Gasses, the ENG says so for this round 2 to start. Then I do think so.
I'm pretty confident in that.
Boys. Yeah, everyone? Okay.
Yeah, I would say so. I don't think it's first round.
There we go. Yama back in the chat. We saw Richie Maranda, also an LFA champ, look great in the UFC, even in defeat last card. I agree, Yama. And on the next, in 3 fights from now, we also have 2 LFA champions facing each other. MMA Toad in the chat. Live stream goes harder than Bones with Hasbullah on his lap. Shout out.
Hey, you found the freestyle. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you killed that, Mitch. You should keep that shit going for sure.
Oh, you heard it? Thank you, man. Thank you. I tried to make it as shock value as possible.
That's your niche. You got to start doing that. One of those is going to blow the fuck up,
Yep.
and then Mitch is going to be the rapping MMA
Speaking
guy.
of shock value, I might be wrong. Hog reveal when, brother?
When I get my gear back.
Okay.
There we go. By the way, I do want to throw this in there real quick. Yama right here, Thinker St. James. He's been on the channel a bunch of times. Great friend of the show, and we've been on his channel. He does the show with Chase, by the way, Mitch. So him and Chase.
Oh
do
yeah.
the breakdown.
Shout
together.
out Yama. He had my back when that other guy, I don't remember his name, something Snake Eyes or something, was talking shit. So shout out Yama.
People
Shout
can
out
be
Yama.
so mean in this field.
It was hilarious. So he brought it. That was the funniest trash talk I ever heard about myself ever. So I appreciated it.
So I just want to say, Yama used to rap back in the day, Mitch. So I was trying to put you guys in like a cipher or a rap battle together.
Oh shit! Yeah, we might have to do a little cipher.
There it is. Who was in Paris? This Marab right here was in Paris. What do you guys think would be?
Or
What do
you're
you think
talking
should-
about the Jay-Z song.
Oh, fellas in Paris.
Fellas in Paris.
What do you think should be more important, the UFC entertainment or skill? Skill, but entertainment matters, right? That freestyle was peak as fuck. I need more of it. Let's collab on one of those. He wants to collab on a rap Mitch. Everyone wants to get Mitch in the studio. 10K.
Check out the Fight Music freestyles for sure. Check them out. I got about 7 right now. There's more coming.
Let's go.
10K for a feature, Mitch. Don't let these people trample you. If Ian Garry wins, I'll stop watching MMA. Greetings, gentlemen. Hope you're
A
all
lot of people are picking him, man.
Yeah, fuck yeah. If you guys are enjoying, please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to us if you guys could press the thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Please. Let's move on to the next fight, guys. Let's talk about some fucking fights. That's what we're here for. Vicente Luque taking on friend of the channel, Tresean Gore. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to go big screen since we got a lot of people. Mitch, I'm going to give you the floor. Give me your thoughts on Vicente Luque.
Gore's a friend of the channel.
Big time.
One of the better, like closer friends of the channel, I would say.
Let me just fix my prediction right here real quick.
I'd be texting Tresean Gore. He's in good spirits. Let's go.
I mean, Luque, I'm a big fan of Luque. I mean, this is the Darce choke versus the guillotine choke. That's the label of this fight, all right? Luque's the master of the Darce. Gore is the master of the guillotine. But Luque, I mean, he doesn't play around when he's attacking, all right? He's not here to jab all day. He throws everything into his strikes. He's one of the toughest fighters I've ever seen, but the durability has dropped significantly. I don't like how he drops to his back in sticky situations these days. We just talked about Buckley. He shot a takedown on Buckley. Buckley caught him as he was entering, caught him to the body, and then Luque just falls to his back. And then Luque did the same thing against Joel Alvarez, who's on this card. So if you can catch him with something while he's shooting, it's almost a wrap. But when Luque lands clean on the feet or he has dominant position on the ground, you're going to sleep. In that last fight, he really surprised me against Gastelum with that uppercut and then that choke. But Gore, he's finally back in the win column. Great guillotine, strong leg kick. He does get dropped, though, when I tune into his fights. I do see him get dropped here and there. He does get taken down sort of easily for a shorter, stocky guy. I got to say this. He did lose to Rodolfo Vieira, another fellow Brazilian, who I don't rate as high as a Vicente Luque. So I like Gore, but I see too much waiting, and he's not offensive enough to beat a Luque, in my opinion. I'm going with Vicente Luque. I'm going with Luque with the Anaconda.
Okay.
Hey, yo.
Your Anaconda don't want none. Hey, I don't know why I can't get Chunda.
He's going to walk out to Sir Mix-a-Lot. Yep.
Boom. Chunda, thoughts?
I'm going to go straight opposite. I just believe Luque's washed. That's purely my reasoning for this pick. And by the way, can you hear me? This mic has been cutting out.
I can hear you.
Now. Cool. All right. I'm going to go Gore by knockout or sub rounds 2 or 3. I just think Luque right now, he's a bit like the explosiveness is leaving him, I believe. And like you saw a little bit in the Gastelum fight, but I also just believe when Gastelum makes weight, he's going to lose that fight. So I'm going to go Tresean Gore. I just believe he's the younger man. I think he's shown a lot of improvement in his last few fights. Like he only how many fights was he like on heading into the UFC minus the Ultimate Fighter fights? He was only on 4 fights.
Yeah, he went into the tough with he was 4-0.
Like the experience, like he beat a 19, I can't remember the record. 19-2, is it?
Who we talking?
As Makhachev.
Yeah, type shit.
It was some mad record like that. Barboza is legit, so if Gore's beating him, he can beat a Luque, in my opinion. I see him beating him on the feet, though. On the ground, though, it's Luque's world.
All right, DS.
Look, if we're talking prime Luque, obviously it's not even close, you know. And look, I like Tresean Gore. I have seen him improve. He is an absolute physical specimen. He's ridiculously powerful. He's dangerous anytime he can plant his feet and throw. And man, let's be honest, like Luque, like the mileage is high, bro. The mileage is fucking as high as it gets. You guys, like somebody just said he's washed. Yeah, he was washed 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I think I'm on this fucking channel saying like, Luque, please retire, okay? And here we are still, right? So, look, man, I still think he's got elite violence. The combinations, I think, are better than Tresean Gore's. I like the counters. I think he's a much more cerebral fighter. I'm curious to see how the first round goes, truthfully, here. For me, it's really just like, is Luque completely done? Because, yes, of course, Tresean Gore can TKO him. And that's, like, I feel like that's probably the most likely of outcomes. It's really Gore's power versus Luque's craft. And like before, it would have been durability, and now he doesn't have that factor. On the ground, like Chunda said, I think it's very obviously Luque's world. You know, I know Tresean Gore has a special move and all that. I'm going with Vicente Luque, man. I'm going to say second round sub. I think Tresean Gore is really good, really explosive, but I think we've seen these kind of guys, and I think Luque, this is the exact kind of guy that Luque can still beat.
Fair. And I am going to disagree with DS and Mitch. I'm with Chunda on this one. I'm going with Tresean Gore, and it's not because I'm being a homer, not because he's a homie, friend of the channel, all that. I do worry about Vicente Luque's overall health, right? You guys alluded to the damage. They're not very different in age. There's a 2-year age gap. It's nothing crazy, but the amount of mileage on Vicente Luque, the amount of damage he's taken, we look back at that brain bleed situation that he had with Jeff Neal, and that worries me. I do agree with what Chunda was saying. I think had Kelvin Gastelum not went out there and found himself a hot-ass Filipino wife and didn't
Korean
or whatever, whatever she is. Sorry, no racism here. But he went out there, found himself a hot-ass chick. He missed weight. He wasn't really training that hard for that fight at all. That's why Vicente Luque got the best of him. Tresean Gore now working with Jared Cannonier. He's been improving quickly. The power in his hands is really fucking serious. Everyone's acting as if he's a guillotine merchant. I don't buy that. I think Tresean Gore gets this done with the hands. Tresean Gore knockout.
I agree with that. What are the odds on this right now, out of curiosity?
It's a pick 'em. So shout out
Kelvin. Okay, see, that's fucking crazy. Like, don't bet Luque. All right, I'm picking Luque. Don't fucking bet Luque. Like, or do. It's your money. But like, I'm just saying, it's a wild thing to throw your money on.
I'm saying so. I'm glad we actually kind of disagree on this one. Going back to the chat, let's get to it. Gore by TKO, KO, Gore by TKO round 1 or round 2.
For the record, I just want to say I'm the only one that went perfect on the last card here. So for what it's worth,
I went perfect.
I'm just fucking.
I only got a short notice fight wrong. I'm gonna say that.
Well, let's go. sub hedge out bet. I like it. Hey, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Avoiding this fight. I get it. 10. Do you have Merab ahead of Volk all time? I would say no, Persian, but if Merab gets the belt back, maybe. You guys want to give a quick thought on this?
I only have like 50 minutes, just so you know, before I gotta go. So if you want to get through the card, but I'm happy to touch on it.
Volk still has the belt, so I'm going to say Volk right now. 2-time champ.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, okay. Yama back in the chat. Everybody thought Luque has been washed for 10 fights, even though he wins. Shaking my head. We'll see. Luque looked like a bag of groceries on the scale. Tell me y'all watched the weigh-ins. We did. And Tresean Gore looking jacked, currently working out. Bromo will be here soon.
Tresean Gore 6-4, by the way. 6-4.
And look at this. Are we betting a guy suffering from a brain hemorrhage? That speaks on you guys. Luque quit on the stool against Alvarez. I'm with you guys. Tresean.
Okay,
Gore.
but Joe Alvarez is 6'3" and he's shitting on Tresean Gore. No disrespect. Like, I'm also very high on Joe Alvarez. So for the record, I mean,
yeah,
whatever. Let's get into the next fight. We're gonna agree to disagree on that one. Dante Johnson. He is taking on Eric Makhachev. We're going full. That's not how we do it. We're going full screen. Money, Mitch. Give me your thoughts on this fight.
I keep going back and forth on this one. I mean, Dante Johnson, goofy ass stance. I mean, he's like on stilts. He's all straight legged. His last win against Cody Brundage was a very close split decision. I think that's their common opponent here. I think he can be easily taken down from that upright stance he has. He has good cardio, good pressure. I know he's training with Strickland, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win all your fights. Good cardio, good pressure, but very sloppy punches. And like I said a few fights ago about somebody, still very green. Now, Makhachev, his last win was against Rodolfo Vieira, another decision. He's a good southpaw, good 1-2. He's not good enough to run away with the fight, but he's good enough to win close decisions. I think this guy has to get slept to lose. I think all his losses, he got slept. So you have to put him out. The question is Johnson good enough to put him out? And from what I saw, they're so even that I'm going to say no. I'm going Makhachev by close decision.
Damn. Okay. Chunda.
Well, swerving into a very alternate direction. This is my lock of the card. I'm going Dante Johnson by knockout first 2 rounds. I see it going very similarly to his Contender Series fight. No hate to Makhachev. I just think he's chinny. He's an overall better fighter than Johnson. If Johnson doesn't have the power I think he has, he probably does lose a decision. But I just think he's kind of fluke it in the first 2 rounds. And he also trains with Chris Curtis and Strickland. So I think he does make the improvements that I think he'll need.
Bet. I like it. DS.
Look, this is a fun fight, in my opinion. Johnson 8-0 right now. He's one of those compact-ass middleweights. Looks like somebody shrunk a heavyweight. That's kind of what I said last time. He's explosive, physically powerful. He can mix in the wrestling with the big power shots. He's that kind of template. I don't think he's a finished product yet. So I think he's pretty raw. And the cardio and his ability to, well, I guess not to implement his offense. It's more like his offense becomes much more predictable as this fight goes on. Makhachev's more experience, has more grappling ability, and he's got enough grappling ability to make this uncomfortable. So I am picking Johnson. I think that I'm not as high. I see everybody picking Dante Johnson by knockout. I think Makhachev hangs around, man. I think he's pretty tough. I think he's going to force Johnson to wrestle a little bit more than expected, and I think we get a surprisingly competitive second half of this fight. I'm taking Johnson by decision.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of that equation. I think Dante Johnson goes out there and really makes a fucking statement tonight. There's 2 guys on this card I believe make a massive statement. Dante Johnson is one of them. I'm very confident in the round 1 knockout for a lot of the shit you guys were saying. Explosive athlete, just fucking a great wrestler, like a high-level collegiate wrestler. Plus, the biggest knock on Dante Johnson was a fight IQ issue. People were saying bad corner work. He wasn't listening to his corner, all that kind of shit. He's moved camps. He's now at Extreme Couture, which is one of the best gyms in the entire world.
One of the most respected places to be.
Right, and you guys said he's training with Sean Strickland and Chris Curtis. He also did this camp with Fluffy Hernandez, so he has really, really high-level guys. None of them have had a single bad word to say about him. Sean Strickland's been singing his praises. Shout out to his coach, Justin James, another friend of the channel, the other 10-7 MMA. He's his corner this weekend, and he's like, yo, this dude is a sponge. I feel like I'm playing a fucking video game. I tell him what to do. He does it. We're going out there. We're making a statement. So I'm believing in lockjaw Dante Johnson, round 1 KO. This is the type of shit that make the hood go crazy.
Also, just want to say, somebody that follows us on Instagram is Dante Johnson.
Shout out Dante Johnson, new friend of the channel. Go into the chat. Johnson by TKO KO / Mechanical by decision. Johnson been training with Curtis and Sean. Mechanical looks scared to throw sometimes. He is sometimes hesitant.
But isn't that gym just known for standing and banging? Are they really like doing technique and, fight IQ drills? I just feel like when you're with Strickland, you're just boom, boom, straight to sparring, which is good. But are you really like building your fight knowledge there?
I mean, Fluffy's there, and they've had multiple world champions like Mitch. It is legitimately one of the best gyms in the world. What's cool is me and DS are going to be visiting at some point soon. So we actually got some access into Extreme Couture. That's going to be
oh shit. Sean Strickland might ask for a spar.
Let's go. DS will do it. He said
I'll do it. He's gonna I'm big as fuck, so he's gonna go hard on me. It's gonna be fucked up, but I mean, I would do it.
There we go. Punisher in the chat. Shout out Punisher. Shama. Brother, no Chama for us. Alex Pereira has us blocked. That's fucked up. Popped in to say hello. I'm going to get a quick nap in. Enjoy, brother. Thank you for stopping. Hey, press the thumbs up before you leave, Punisher. Croaking. Iron sharpens iron. Which one of you guys runs the Instagram account and does the 12-pick parlay that gets uploaded to Instagram? DS, can you break this down? I'll give you the floor.
First of all, we're both on there. And I just want to say, it's not a fucking 12-pick parlay. Don't fucking parlay, bro. Don't take $1,000 of your hard-earned money and then throw it on a 12-fight parlay, okay? When you guys say shit, like we're getting a lot of messages like this, like, oh, when's the parlay dropping? Are you gonna go perfect again? Brother, that's like asking me if I'm gonna hit the fucking lotto again, okay? 3 years running, we've been doing this, okay? Every fucking year, we're over 70% as a team, and we're gonna keep doing that, right? But to focus, like, don't do crazy shit, okay? Don't do crazy shit, like, and then expect it to work out. And, like, we're not gonna go perfect every card. We're just not going to, so.
But we did 2 out of 3. God damn it!
But we did the last 2 out of 3. But you know what I mean? Like, don't expect that.
I'm saying
70% is phenomenal. By the way, I mean that's not a C in school. I mean that's fucking top notch.
Let's go. Appreciate you, Mitch. What's up, Toad? Hey, Punisher. Alex has y'all blocked. He does, bro. McMuffin in the chat. Hey guys, Mechanical striking defense is terrible. He just backs up and covers while he's backing up. Yeah, I'm not sold on him. DS, introduce the man.
Who are we talking about?
Look at the chat.
Oh, shit. What up, Tehran? Tehran Brown.
Let's go.
What up?
Picks are not bets. There we go.
Thank you. And I think that epitomizes it. We are not a betting channel, right? We give you great info, and you can use that as you'd like. But picks are not bets.
It's about the coach there. Eric Nixick is the best coach for high-level raw athletes. Agreed. 10 gun to your head. Do you think you can beat your co-host in an MMA fight? We're both 10. So just know that, Persian. And no, I don't think I could beat DS. I don't think I could beat DS. DS is trained a lot more than I have. So there's that. And he's bigger. He's taller. I outweigh him.
You do jiu-jitsu, DS? What are you training?
I mean, I did mostly boxing. I mean, I did some MMA, a little bit of jits, but mostly boxing, honestly. And for the record, me and Dino are lovers, right? We're going to be slapped together later, just fucking scissoring and shit. So
fuck yeah, let's go scissor. Bromo, damn, I just bet all my money on your picks. Yo, Punisher, I only do $2 to $5 on a 12 pick, not 1,000. Exactly. If you're gonna do it,
fine. Yeah, nothing wrong with a little sprinkle. I do that shit too. You know what I mean? But I just don't want somebody to be like, yo, I lost my fucking house, bro. I bet my house on a 12 pick parlay. Like, you shouldn't need me to tell you not to do that.
Anyway, so how about them picks? I have a parlay to put in. Look at that. We get the women coming here. Shout out Julia. She's one of yours, DS. I could tell by the name. All
right, that is. What's up? What's up, Julie?
There we go. Persian. Bro gonna wax his legs, eat spicy wings. This cuck chose Gary for a bet. 70% is A+. About to hop in the shower, then I'll hop on. What's up, fam? Best pre-show there is. I love you. NTRD. Shout out him. Go follow him. Clip it. Yama. There it is. I clipped Yama on some sus shit yesterday. So anyways, next fight of the night. People want fucking fights. Another friend of the channel, a great friend of the channel, Skullet Gang, Charles Energy Johnson, taking on a guy that I'm a big fan of, a newcomer to the UFC, Eduardo Chapolin, 2 LFA champions. I keep doing that on accident. Mitch, give me your thoughts.
So I was going to pick Ochoa here, but I don't know what happened last second. So let's just talk about your boy, Chapolin. Great boxing, great counters with the hands, long combinations. I seen that Contender Series fight. I like the head movement. I like the body shots when he fights. He kept hitting what's his name? Ho to the body, you know? Ho really got hurt. he hurt that hoe, so he can wrestle a little bit, but he went to decision his last fight. And, my only pick I got wrong the last card was a very short notice fight. And Chapolin's taking this on short notice. Maybe he's ready. I think DC has been hyping him up. But Charles Johnson, again, this is another guy that we know very much about. But he lost his last fight to Asu Almabayev by knee bar, got out grappled. I'm not going to put too much weight onto that, though. I think this is going to be a way different fight. Good output, kind of well-rounded. He fucking fought everybody. Takes a while to get in the groove, but he's super experienced. And because he's super experienced, I'm going to lean Charles Johnson by decision. I think he's going to do it. And he's got his hair fixed a little bit in the back.
It looked clean today.
I'm going to go with the short notice guy, Henrique, purely because this is like one of my throwaway picks. I wouldn't advise people to bet on it, but there's like literally, I see this as a pure 50-50. I think Henrique is going to go in there, kill or be killed first round, and just get a knockout. So I think he's like, the way I've seen him fight before, he's very wild. And if you look at the Alex Perez fight for Charles Johnson, it's a wild style that kind of gets him. I don't know if he's chinny per se, but he can be hurt. And I believe Henrique has enough power to get this one done. I'm going Henrique KO first 2 rounds.
Dino.
It's too many variables for me to bet this fight, man. Like, it's one thing that Chapolin is obviously, he's got nothing to lose, right? So when you got a guy who's already aggressive, who comes in, swinging for the fences and is a finisher, right? And he's a legitimate prospect, by the way. I don't love that he's making his debut in the UFC this way. But like you said, former LFA flyweight champ, aggressive, athletic, the finishing ability. Obviously, CJ can't treat this as a free win. And dude, CJ is like the king of just getting shafted with some tough ass matchups, and he always takes them. So credit to him, just one of the toughest fucking guys in the sport. The other thing is, like, Charles Johnson is awkward, right? My only concern for Charles Johnson is that he is known to give away minutes. Like Mitch said, he's kind of a slow starter, right? And if he's giving away minutes and big moments, like too far into the fight early on, it may be bad for him. Do not bet this fight, in my opinion, unless you feel a lot stronger than I do. I am going to take Charles Johnson by decision. I think he's a little bit too savvy. His ability to switch stances and work the body, excellent cardio throughout. I think as the fight goes on, he takes a little bit over as it gets later into this fight in general. 4 days out, man, it's just brutal against a legitimately tough veteran here. I'm taking Charles Johnson by decision.
And we know with Charles Johnson, his whole shtick, if this is a 5-rounder, Charles Johnson excels in 5-rounders. It's unfortunate he hasn't had the ability to do that in the UFC, but as we know, he gets better as fights go on. Eduardo Chapolin does his best work early in fights. So I could see that first round being a little bit shaky, but then I do expect Charles Johnson, especially against a guy that I expect to come out there super goddamn aggressive, to blow his fucking load, right? That's kind of what I expect. It's 2 days notice. And then, guys,
he has nothing to lose.
That's what I'm saying. And CJ is so much bigger than Eduardo Chapolin. And this is a catch weight at this point. It's 130. So CJ is going to be even naturally bigger than Chapolin. Plus, he didn't have to go through an exhausting weight cut or as much as he would have. I think this all sets up beautifully for Charles Johnson. I'm going CJ by decision. I think Chapolin gets tired. Some people were saying finish late. I think that is possible, but I will side with the decision for CJ. Got to go to the chat, guys. I will never pick Johnson ever again, says No Bromo. Johnson over strike total and Johnson by split. Bromo, how are you from the UK and not a fan of Loney Kavanaugh? He seems likable. Chapolin gasses, and it's short notice. That's my only reason for not wanting to bet him. Toad says, Warlord of the Mud Hut, Neil Magny shall be a barking frog this week. Always tough guys and active. Got to respect it. Rounds 2 and 3 odds are crazy for energy. Going to get outside and hit the bag before the fight start. Enjoy the fights, boys. Thank you, Icy. Like on your way out. Johnson loses round 1 at a high clip and turned up late. Going against the gasser. Perfect fight to turn.
What are the odds on this?
On what? Charles Johnson and Chapolin?
Yeah.
It's a pick 'em at this point. Minus 118, minus 102.
I think it's very live for a live betting opportunity here too, because I could see Chapolin. I mean, it just lines up perfectly for a live betting opportunity.
Round 1, and then CJ's odds get better and bet him going into round 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. We move on to DS's boy. This is everybody fucking loves Joel Alvarez, right? And I love Joel Alvarez. I also love me some Chidi, Bang Bang, and Njokuani. We're going to go ahead and give the floor to Money Mitch. Give me your thoughts on Chidi versus Joel Alvarez.
Yeah, I love Joel Alvarez, but I think he was more exciting at 55. Now he's at 70. But, he's good. He's technical. He's got a nice stinging jab, lead hook, front kick, flying knees. He can do it all on the feet. Technical everywhere, well-rounded. I can criticize his aggressiveness, though. I mean, I think he could have done way more against Vicente Luque last fight. I mean, the whole of round 3, he had a top triangle, a mounted triangle on him, and he just sat there. He didn't even throw an elbow to the ribs. But, let's move on to Chidi. I call him Chidi Bang Bang. I don't know how to say his last name. Chidi Bang Bang. He lost his last fight to Leal. He gets backed against the fence so easily and pressured super easily. I know he's more of like a Muay Thai guy. They're all about knees, elbows, and kicks, but he has no threat with his hands. He landed some punches. He's pretty good with them, but he doesn't throw them. Only throws kicks and knees, and it works because he's tall. I think Chidi Bang Bang needs a fluke head kick to win. I could see Alvarez winning a boring decision here.
Okay, I like it. Chunda.
And he missed weight, I think.
Did he? No one
Chidi
missed
Bang
weight.
Bang?
No, everyone made weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Chidi took like extra time. He got like an extra 5 minutes, and like he missed weight the first time, and then jumped on the scales again. But for my pick for this fight, I think Joel Alvarez is going to show a difference in the level of grappling. I believe Chidi is a very good striker, and he does fall into the shortcomings that Mitch mentioned, where he gets easily backed up against defense. I think Joel Alvarez is going to use that to get him down. I think we're going to see a submission from Joel Alvarez in the first 2 rounds. I think he wants a statement after getting, I don't know if he can say getting embarrassed by Yaroslav, but I think he wants like a bounce back, big statement win. I'm going to go Joel Alvarez finish first 2 rounds, but I'm thinking a sub.
And Yaroslav's a fucking monster too, so no shame in that. Yes.
Yeah, I like that you said that. I mean, I think it was a perfect matchup for Amosov to get a taste of like what is he actually in the UFC. So, I think I'm pretty high on him in his own right. Look, Chidi's still one of the best pure strikers on this card, without a doubt. Long, accurate kickboxing, the knees, the elbows, serious power, right? He's also like absurdly accurate historically, right? I believe he's at over 61% striking accuracy in his career, which is fucking unbelievable. The problem for me is at 37, the pace has become increasingly measured, where he used to be able to pile on the hits as he's hunting a finish. It's now more sustained pressure, right? And I feel like the sustained pressure has become a little bit more uncomfortable for him. And it's just like, I like Joel Alvarez as striking too. And kind of what Mitch said, I get what he's saying, that he didn't go for the finish. I don't mind him being a little bit more measured as he kind of feels his way out in the 170-pound division here. He's still fucking enormous. And I know Chidi is too, but one of the nastiest finishing games on the card overall, the long punches, the pressure, very opportunistic submissions here. I think the ground game is like a huge difference here. Like obviously between him and Chidi, I think the striking versus a 37-year-old Chidi, it's a lot closer than a lot of people think here. He kind of got exposed by Amosov in the wrestling. Chidi's not going to fucking wrestle, man. Chidi's going to be dangerous for the first round here, but I see Alvarez second round sub.
Yeah, look, I'm going Alvarez round 1 submission. Nothing groundbreaking for all the reasons you guys are fucking talking about, but I will also throw this in there. Chidi and Njokuani and his brother Anthony, who used to fight in the UFC, who I believe is his chief corner, opened up a Muay Thai academy recently, right? So they have a new school out there. I think Chidi's head is kind of out of the game at this point. He's starting to look at life after fighting, and I don't love when you have that kind of perspective in there. Maybe he doesn't, and I'm wrong on that, but I mean, Joel Alvarez has to be the pick. The size difference isn't even that crazy. If you saw them facing off yesterday, they look pretty similar. I'm going Joel Alvarez round 1. I'll be honest with you, though. I can see Chidi fluking it. He's a big, powerful dude, a sharp striker. Diaz said how fucking accurate he is, but Joel Alvarez, I'd say like 70% confidence on that one. So we're all in agreement on one, and that's usually good. Coffee breakfast in the chat. Whisper bet of the week. Alvarez, TKO, rounds 2, rounds 3. Nah, but he needed that the box of shame. So that's about missing the weight. So round 2 for this one to start. What do you guys is confident in that? Anyone?
I'm not terribly confident in that. I think so, because for the reason that Mitch said, like I don't see Alvarez like just going in there and like hunting a submission, and Chidi's going to be dangerous in the first round. I could see Chidi kind of driving the pace a little bit more in the first round. So I'm not super confident on that, but I think so.
What about you, Mitch?
I mean, if Joel Alvarez does what we think he's going to do, I think it'll at least take a round. He's not as chaotic at welterweight. He's a little more reserved as a 170er, at least in his last fight. So I'm not picking him to win in round 1. I'm confident with that.
Chunda?
I mean, I wouldn't say like put off the table for sure. I would do rounds 1 or 2, purely because like you have to factor in he got like embarrassed by Yaroslav, so he probably has a bit of anger in him, so he may rush something.
Yeah,
I think that would be a mistake, but it's possible. I think it would be a mistake though.
Alvarez been training with Islam. How much do y'all rate? A lot. You know, I mean, if you're training with one of the best fighters on earth.
That's a great point, honestly. I forgot to mention that. Absolutely. And it
You
makes
go to
sense
show levels
after
as
getting
well.
exposed in the wrestling by Amosov. So I do love that too. I love that, like, you have a glaring weakness. You're going to the best in the world, essentially, to attack that weakness. You got to respect it.
There it is. I fucking love that. Last chat before we get into the next fight. We'll probably pick Alvarez then. There we go. We are in agreement. Moving on, guys. Edson Jr. Barboza. He is taking on Argentina's Esteban Ribovics. I will throw one hot take out there before I give you guys the floor. I think Edson Barboza lays the gloves down in this one. Mitch, go ahead and give me your thoughts on Barboza Ribovics.
I think we're going to have back-to-back agreements. First time on this show so far, or at least this one today. Last fight, Barboza got KO'd by Jalin Turner, round 1. I mean, that was pretty fucking brutal. He got bloodied up so bad. He got dropped right away with that 3-2-3. I'm not questioning Barboza's speed at all. I'm not questioning his offense, but, you know, Chandra likes to say the word chinny. This guy is chinny. I think he might get pieced up against the cage in this fight. Trust me, I think Barboza, he'll look great on the pads. I think he's going to look great on the mitts. Just whatever. He's not losing his explosiveness or his athleticism. He's a dog. But I think he's just fighting for a check right now. And even though Ribovics lost to Gamrot last fight, I like his striking. I like the long combos. I think he's going to pressure Barboza, bust him up. Barboza's too weathered. Ribovics could probably even take him down if he wants to. And I think as each minute goes on, as each round goes on, it's going to get worse and worse for Edson. So I see an early TKO finish here.
There it is. Chunda.
Yeah, I think round 1 or 2 knockout is like kind of a lock for Ribovics. I just think Barboza, like for the reasons said, is just showing up for a paycheck. He looks great on the scales. He looks like he's in top physique and all that, but I just think Ribovics. If Barboza was slightly better in grappling, this would be 50-50, but he's mainly a striker, so I'm going to go Ribovics by knockout. I say the middle of round 1.
Boom. DS.
Look, Barboza a fucking legend, man. For my money, still the best kicker in MMA history, right? And he's still somehow explosive, even at 40 years old, but he's lost 3 straight. The accumulation of damage is starting to show at this point. It's impossible to ignore, right? Absolutely, he can still ruin somebody's day with a body kick or a spinning attack or a perfectly timed counter, right? The issue is surviving enough pressure to consistently create those kinds of opportunities. And Ribovics is a pretty decent grappler in his own right? He's a pretty decent wrestler for guys from that region of the world, which we don't see too much, right? He's also only 29 years old. He's in his athletic prime. He throws a shit ton of volume. I think he's just going to overwhelm Barboza. It's going to be a game of range here and space, right? Like, don't give Barboza space. And I think that's so obvious. Like, that's like the one thing that he can still hurt you with. I don't think he will. I think he's going to want to get into boxing range. I like the boxing of Ribovics. Maybe taking it to the ground is probably the easiest way for him to win this, but the volume is still crazy either way, man. Like, he's got great hands, averages over 7 significant strikes per minute. I think it's the highest rate on the entire card for any fighter. So he's aggressive without being completely reckless. He's got great combinations, and he's perfectly comfortable making it a firefight. Prime Barboza, it's a nightmare matchup for Ribovics. This Barboza just simply isn't. I'm going to go second round TKO.
Yeah, 100%. I think it goes without saying, right? And I see some love in the chat from Yama there. I mean, Edson Barboza, if this is prime for prime, this is a slaughter. This is a slaughter the other way. Edson Barboza would destroy Esteban Ribovics. But like you guys were talking about, Esteban Ribovics is down to get dirty. Esteban Ribovics is down to go to war. And that's the kind of fight that is honestly the least path of resistance at this point with Edson Barboza. Get up in his grill, maybe the takedowns, maybe the clinch game. He's going to tire out. He's going to get weaker, quicker than usual. And I do believe that everything he's been saying this week leads me to believe that he's contemplating retirement. And again,
I agree with you. I mean, I think he's done now.
And if your head's in that place, man, how can I pick you to win a fight? His family's all in town, which is kind of rare for him. I'm not sure if Coach Alex Davis is with him this weekend. I assume he is, but it looks like he brought all of his, people from throughout his career with him this weekend, which leads me to believe he's laying the gloves down. So maybe one last time. We saw it last week not end the way we wanted it to. No storybook endings in MMA, unfortunately. Give me Esteban Ribovics, round 2 TKO. I think he gets it done. We got Leonardo in the chat with the waving hi. Hey, how are you? I feel so bad for Barboza, man. I got Ribovics round 1 or early round 2. Yama in the chat. How Barboza didn't lay them down after the Turner fight is beyond me. Huge fan, but it's time, and that's what it boils down to, right, boys? Barboza.
Yes, I mean, look, that was just a terrible matchup too. Like, big ass fucking dude. Ribovics is just so fucking tough, bro. Like, we've seen him take some damage and still have high output.
Yeah, shout out Ribovics. Barboza over half takedown plus 300 and then gasses and gets knocked out. I'm 46 and still don't look like Barboza looks.
Damn.
Still. Hey, I don't know what you look like, but shit, you probably look good for 46. Damage fucking wears different, bro. Damage wears different. We move on to the next fight of the night, and this is back-to-back, like minus 700 plus. Mansur Abdul-Malik taking on Dustin Stoltzfus. Money. Why do I keep pressing the wrong thing? Money making Mitch.
I mean, so Stoltzfus, his last fight, he lost to Gastelum by decision, but Gastelum missed weight. So that was probably a good Gastelum right there. I don't fault him too much. Good body kicks, leg kicks, but he doesn't look comfortable with the boxing. He always seems a second behind. Someone hits him, and then 2 seconds later, here comes his counter. He's definitely a better kicker than a puncher. He gets countered a lot, especially by Gastelum. Poor defense. I do like how he tries to level change when he's in trouble. And I do like how he's willing to throw himself in the fire. But if he's throwing himself in the fire with the more physically imposing middleweight, Abdul-Malik, I know he got KO'd his last fight, but that dude he fought looked like Slender Man, Pereira's teammate, the baby-faced assassin. That guy's fucking scary. But I'm not impressed by Malik's win over Chacoli. I don't even think that guy won a UFC fight before. Malik, he really did nothing against Brundage either until he headbutted, TKO'd him. And I think that got overturned to a draw. So weird career. And how big of a win is his Nick Klein win? I mean, I don't know, but at least Malik can wrestle. And he's more physically imposing. He does have that Hail Mary spinning elbow he always goes for. I'm going to go Malik by late TKO just because he's more physically imposing.
Love it. Chanda.
I'm going to go Mansur Abdul-Malik. What the fuck did I just say? Abdul-Malik?
Malik or Malik, whatever it is.
I'm going to go Mansur by round 1 finish. I truly believe, like, I saw odds for a sub being at like plus 600. I think that's fucking crazy. I do think if this does get on the ground, Mansur will sub him within like 30 seconds. I think he's way better on the ground than Dustin. So plus 600 for a sub is crazy, but he could knock him out either way. I'm going to go finish round 1, but maybe a sprinkle on the sub. Who knows?
Maybe a little sprinkle. DS, what are you sprinkling on over there?
Look, Stoltzfus, like, I've never been a huge fan, but he's always annoying as fuck to fight. Like, he's I think he just needs to survive, right? I just don't think he's going to have the time in this one, man. I really don't. Like, we've seen guys like Mansur Abdul-Malik where he's explosive as fuck, huge power. But for me, it's like he doesn't, like, he's good in the wrestling too. He's explosive on the entries, and he's willing to overwhelm people, right? Maybe as this fight goes on, Stoltzfus has some chance. I don't like the odds, I'll tell you right now. Like, I think that's a little too aggressive. I'm not, like, long term, I'm not terribly high on Abdul-Malik. I'm really not. I think he's got some flaws in his game too. Stoltzfus is tough, and he's experienced enough to recognize that trading bombs with Abdul-Malik is not going to be a good fucking path to victory. I could see a sub, but I think he's just going to land something big in the first round, man. I really do. Fairly high confidence too.
Yeah, I mean, no shocker. I'm going Mansur Abdul-Malik. I said it earlier on this video. I've been saying it all week. 2 guys on this card, I believe, go out there and make a massive fucking statement. The first one being Dante Johnson. The second one being Mansur Abdul-Malik. I think he goes out there. He blitzes Dustin Stoltzfus in a spot that the UFC is kind of laying up for him. This guy lost his last fight. They want this guy. They want to continue pushing this guy. There's a reason he's on the main card as a minus 700. They want to finish. I think a finish is what he's going to get in round 1. I like the KO prop. I don't mind the submission prop. If you want to be safer, Mansur Abdul-Malik inside the distance, Mansur Abdul-Malik round 1. I think those are both good plays. I get what you guys are saying. He's a little bit shaky. He might be a bum as Coffee Breakfast is breaking down. Boosie fade for this fight. He's on bum watch. Maybe. maybe, but I don't think so. I think we do get a quick finish in this one and a statement gets made. Esteban to have the significant strikes? Yeah, yes. Sorry, what was the consensus? We all went Ribovics by finish, 20 minutes to the oral by fight. No, not 20 minutes. We got like 50 minutes. The fight starts at 4:30 Central Time. So we got a little bit more to go. You guys ready to move on to the next feature? I'm sorry, the feature fight of the night.
That's a fun one, yeah.
Let's go. Jalin, the Tarantula Turner, and he is taking on Kauê Fernandes. I think this fight is interesting. I've been seeing people all over the fucking place kind of split on this one. Mitch, talk to me. What's your final pick for this fight?
This might be the funnest fight of the night. I like it. Turner has great kicks. He's so rangy and fast. Now, I don't know if the IQ's there, though, because even when he's winning, he loses. Bahamadez, he looked good the first minute, and then he got triangled. Hooker, I mean, he was doing good against Hooker. He landed that head kick, and then Hooker pulls the decision win. And then Moicano, he puts Moicano on his ass, walks away, and then Moicano finishes him. So you never know with Jalin Turner. And then Fernandes, I like what I'm seeing. Hard leg kicks. Poor Harry Hardwick. He's probably still in a wheelchair. Good footwork. Picks you apart from the outside with the jabs and the kicks. And then he waits for you to kind of rush in, and then he counters nicely. Like, if I had a video game controller on Jalin Turner, I would so pick him. But since I can't control the guy, and his last win was Barboza, I mean, how much do you rate that Barboza win? After what we just said about Barboza, I could see an argument either side here, but I'm going Kauê Fernandes by a sub. Just pull it out of thin air. TKO.
Damn.
Out of thin air.
Love it. By the way, me and DS were at the Jalin Turner versus Dan Hooker fight, UFC 290. That was a fucking banger.
That card was a banger. That whole card. Pantoja. I know why you went.
Pantoja Moreno, baby. Chunda, give me your thoughts.
This fight is a pure 50-50 for me. I'm going to pick based out of a little bit of bias, so don't take this with a huge grain of salt.
Okay.
But Kauê Fernandes is my fucking boy. I truly believe this fight is pure 50-50. Anyone could win at any moment. But I'm going to go Kauê Fernandes by 29-28 decision or a late finish because I think he'd be better on the ground. I think he could get a sub in this fight. We haven't seen it in the UFC yet, but I do believe he's better on the ground than Turner. So I think that'll be a huge factor in this fight.
Okay, so 2 Kauê Fernandez's. DS, do we make it 3?
We don't make it 3. I am going to go with Jalin Turner. This is not a fight that I would bet more than anything because of Jalin Turner. Because, like, he's what, 15-9? Right?
Yeah. Yep.
So the record kind of, like, he shouldn't be 15-9. He should not fucking be 15-9. Some of the worst mental lapses I've ever seen in the sport. Makes no fucking sense. Kind of what Money Mitch was saying. He's a nightmare to bet for. Like, whether you're against him, for him, it does. He's like, don't fucking bet Jalin Turner fights. He remains one of the strangest physical specimens, right? 6'3" at lightweight, massive reach. He's a southpaw. He's basically dangerous everywhere. When he's mentally engaged, he's a nightmare matchup for anybody. Straight left, body kicks, the knees, sneaky submission game too. Like, I don't think Kauê is gonna like outclass him, especially with the length difference on the ground. But the inconsistency is fucking maddening, man. And Kauê Fernandes has become quietly a really good lightweight. The kicking game of his is really good. If he can land a bunch of leg kicks early on, it's dangerous as fuck for Jalin Turner here. Plus, Kauê Fernandes is not going to make those kinds of mistakes. He's technically sound. He's coming in with good confidence here after putting together a 3-fight UFC winning streak. Especially if people give him range to establish the kicking game, he's really dangerous. But, like, he's usually the better long-range kicker here. He's not going to be that. He's not going to, you shouldn't give Jalin Turner the distance here, right? He's fucking massive, ridiculous reach, ridiculous weapons at distance too. If Jalin Turner, if you see him being passive here, forget it. It's fucking over. It's 50-50 for me too, man. But I think Jalin Turner is going to put it together. TKO round 2.
All right, so let's talk about Kauê Fernandes, right? A lot of people are picking this guy. I see it in the chat. As we get closer to the fight, the odds are switching. Kauê Fernandes is going to be a favorite by the time this fight starts. So let's take a look at his 3-1 UFC record. First fight in the promotion, loses a split decision to who? To Mark Jacasey, who is no longer in the UFC. That's not a good fucking look. Then he goes out there, gets a first-round finish, which is impressive, but it's against Muhammad Yahya, who is absolutely fucking terrible. Terrible fucking UFC fighter. Not in the
miserable
UFC, I believe. Then who does he beat? Guram Kutateladze. Talk about a guy where it's like a career of two different worlds with Guram. At one point, he was seen as like the next can't miss fucking prospect. And then all of a sudden, towards the end of his UFC career, this is a garbage can. Everyone's beating Guram. Then, of course, he has the leg kick stoppage on Harry Hardwick. We don't really know about Harry Hardwick. It was, the weight class change. And this is a guy coming over from Cage Warriors. So nobody proven in the promotion. You compare that to Jalin Turner, and yes, his record isn't beautiful for a lot of the reasons you guys were talking about. DS, you said some terrible losses on there. He shouldn't have those losses on his record. Anyone with like an IQ of fucking plus 40 should have won those fights, right? I get all that, man, but the level of competition is a world of difference. This is the hardest fight of Kauê Fernandes' career in terms of an opponent, and for Jalin Turner, this is a step backwards. I do like the kicks of Kauê Fernandes. Jalin Turner has some pencil legs. We've met him multiple times, DS. 6'3" is a lie. He's even taller than that. He's even thinner than he fucking looks on TV. I'm afraid of the leg kicks. I will not be betting this fight, but ultimately I am going Jalin, the Tarantula Turner. I think he gets it done by finish. I think he ends up getting a TKO on Kauê Fernandes. Something long range catches him, pause no diddy, and I'm going Jalin Turner. So on this one, the 10-7 boys are together. Mitch and Chunda are on the same side. So we'll see. Fishy fucking fight. I see why it's a pick'em. Going to the chat real quick. Coffee Breakfast says, Turner is a dog now. The whole world betting Fernandes. Fade the public bet of the week. Turner by KO rounds 1 or 2. Fight ends by TKO to hedge a little bit. Vex needs Turner to win. Turner training with Cub Swanson. New gym, by the way. Shout out Cub Swanson. Love what Cub is doing with those dudes. I think Turner learned from the Moicano fiasco. I think Turner really switched his mindset since coming out of retirement, though. That's a fact a lot of people are missing. Big step up for Fernandes. Agreed. Can you just clarify me once on Esteban getting more significant strikes? We all agree on that, right?
Without a doubt. Like I said, man, 7 significant strikes a minute in his career. Like, that's the most on this entire card. And Barboza's not going to volume throw with him.
Mitch?
Yeah.
I mean, Barboza, he's just not durable enough. I'm super confident. He's not durable enough. I think Ribovics gets it done with huge significant strikes.
Chunda.
Yeah, I just think Ribovics is. I think it's just gonna I think he's gonna hurt him in the first exchange, and then 2 minutes in, it's just Barboza getting beat up against the fence, and it's just gonna be a lot of volume for Ribovics until it's eventually stopped.
I agree. I like the bet. Rain in the chat. Sub. What up? Jalin plus 4-inch reach down the pipe. Club and sub. Yeah, it's fucking.
But what was his last win besides Barboza? I can't even remember.
Jalin Turner's last win before Barboza. It was Bobby Green when he fucking murdered him.
True, yeah, with the head kick. And then he ground and pounded it. Yeah, that was tough.
That was a late stoppage, right?
Oh, my God.
It wasn't early. It was
they should have fired the ref right then and there.
Yeah, they really should have.
That shit was absolutely criminal. Thanks, guys. Now going to lock in on Dern and Islam. Well, shit, here we go. You guys asked for it. You shall receive. That's what we do here on the pre-show at D107 MMA. First of 2 title fights on the night. The reason everybody's watching tonight, kind of a dead card until we get here, but it is the new champion, Mackenzie Dern, defending her strawweight title for the first time against Canada's best hope for a women's title, Gillian Robertson. 2 submission experts. I'm going to go big screen here. Mitch, I'm putting you on the spot. We got Dern. We got Robertson. Who are you going with?
Wait, we're on the co-main event. I thought we're just getting started up with the main card. We skipped the main card?
What it feels like. That's what it feels like.
Oh, okay. Well, Dern, I mean, let's start with Robertson. She's the better wrestler. I'll give her that. She has good momentum. She's on a longer win streak. Probably you guys talked a lot about coaching this stream. Dean Thomas on her side. I'm sure that's good. I am worried she can lay on top of Dern for 5 rounds in half guard. I am a little worried she can make this a snoozer. Maybe Robertson isn't as small as I thought. I seen him at the face-offs. She looks a little more jacked than usual, but when I watch her fights, she doesn't look like she's always the bigger fighter. I really don't see much danger when she fights. But talking about Dern, the champion, or whatever, Weili's not there. I know Robertson's taller, but I think Dern is stockier, a little more imposing, but we'll see. I think Dern's striking is improving more. It looks like her striking's beginning better. And I know she has the submissions in her back pocket. It might not play out how she wants, but if Robertson keeps entering the grappling exchanges, I'm going to have to pick Dern by a late submission in the championship rounds.
Like to hear it. Chunda, co-main event, breakdown.
Honestly, I'm gonna lie. I didn't hear much of what Mitch said because I was lagging. But I'm assuming he picked Dern. I think I heard that somewhere.
Dern.
I do agree. I just think Gillian Robertson is just a version of Dern that's just way worse. I just feel like Gillian Robertson, her competition the past 4 fights haven't been all that. I know it's like Amanda Lemos and all.
What's up?
Bro,
What up?
What up,
Yeah. Oh, my favorite fight. Yes.
bro, we will all be watching this. But anyway, continue on. We'll greet Bromo in a minute. I'm gonna go Dern by finish in middle rounds, like rounds 2, 3, or 4. I just think she's better than Robertson. I think we're gonna see a beatdown in there. There's gonna be some competitive rounds, like maybe round 1 and 2 is competitive. I think there's just gonna be a point where Robertson gasses in there, and Dern just beats her the fuck up. That's just truly how I feel.
I like it, and we're gonna put him on the fucking big screen. No Bromo MMA, fresh out of England. Y'all should go like and subscribe to his channel. You made it just in time to talk about women's MMA, and I know you love that. Give us your breakdown.
I love this fight so much. I'm going to do an in-depth breakdown now.
Okay,
I think Mackenzie Dern's going to win.
nice.
There we go.
Damn!
Hell
Getting
yeah.
into the X's and O's.
Is that all you got, Bromo?
All right. Yeah, just yeah. That's that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, she's gonna win,
Okay.
and then she's gonna twerk her fat ass. That's about
Hell
Win
yeah.
by BBL.
the BBL.
Maybe.
Or do we think that it's a BBL?
No,
I mean,
hell no, 0% chance.
And look,
You
DS.
think so?
How do you know that? How do you know that?
0%.
Because you could, if the thighs don't match, you know what I mean? Like everything looks proportional.
Okay.
Can we get a 10-7 BBL breakdown from DS? Do you think?
Yeah, if you have some suspects, let me know. I'll give you my analysis. All right.
Nice, Alex Pereira.
BBL for sure. He's thick as fuck, my boy.
What the?
Oh,
Is it my turn to actually break down the fight or no?
Yes.
Okay. Look, I never thought I'd say this. Dern is a lot better on the feet, in my opinion. She throws with some actual intent here. Gillian Robertson is only better in the pure wrestling aspect here. But okay, you're going to wrestle. And she got good submissions, obviously. But like, okay, you're going to wrestle. And then what? You're going to wrestle with the fucking Michael Jordan of women's like submission wrestling, like or grappling. It makes no sense to me. So like, of course she has a shot. I don't think this is like, you know, a crazy fucking mismatch or anything like that. I think it's going to be a decent fight. I see it playing out by decision. I could see a Dern late sub, but like everything that Robertson is good at, which, you know, the submission, Mackenzie Dern is the best at it, probably in all of women's MMA. The wrestling, like, yeah, it's good, but Mackenzie Dern can get a submission from fucking any position. So, like, yes, good top control, good wrestling, and like, unlike most of Dern's opponent, Gillian Robertson is not going to shit herself once she gets it to the ground. Mackenzie Dern, I think the striking is a decent bit better here at this point, and I think Mackenzie Dern does actually have some power, and she has improved in that realm. My ultimate pick is going to be Dern by decision. Also, I got to get going here, so I'm just going to give you my pick for the Makhachev Garry fight. I'm taking Islam. I just think the accumulation of wrestling, not that Garry can't grapple. I think the accumulation of wrestling is just over 5 rounds going to be too much. I think Ian Garry is going to win some rounds. I think he's going to have some moments. I think it's going to be a really good fight. It's going to be fairly close. But I think ultimately, man, Islam is the best in the game right now. His striking is good enough. I don't think he's going to stand there and have a kickboxing match with Ian Garry. I'm going to take Islam by decision in that one as well. And on that note, I'll let Bromo take my spot. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I'm going to holla at you.
All right, DS. I'll see you later, brother. Thanks.
All right, peace, man.
He's out, bro.
There he is. He is gone. How do I do this? Boom. That's not the fucking right thing. There we go. All right, Mackenzie Dern, Gillian Robertson. All right. Here's my take on this. It might be a little bit fucking out there, but give me a second to try to kind of explain myself, okay? I like what DS was saying, and if you guys haven't watched on this channel last Friday, so 8 days ago at this point, we did what's called the State of the Divisions, which is a series that we do here going into the title fight that's coming up, where we bring somebody on. We brought in Jessica Penne, somebody from that division or historically from that division, to kind of give us an outlook on the title fight and what's coming up in the future of this division, right? What we said on that channel, and I liked hearing Jessica say it because it made me more confident. Mackenzie Dern isn't just a little bit better than Gillian Robertson in the jiu-jitsu. Mackenzie Dern is fucking world class. She is like world renowned elite. Her father is a legend in the jiu-jitsu community, and Gillian Robertson is really good at jiu-jitsu, but really good is not world fucking class elite. So let's leave that on one side. Now, when we talk about the fight taking place on the feet, Gillian Robertson, not very dangerous on the feet. Mackenzie Dern, not necessarily really dangerous on the feet, but her striking is improving. And what we saw last time out in Mackenzie Dern's title fight against Verna Janjanova was really interesting, and I think it plays a lot into this fight. First and foremost, I do believe that Verna Janjanova won that fight, but they gave it to Mackenzie Dern for obvious reasons. If Gillian Robertson gets on top of Mackenzie Dern in this fight, Mackenzie is going to consistently look for subs, but we also learned last time out she is not afraid to just throw shots from the bottom non-fucking stop. She sort of has like this Juliana Pena aggression level, right? Where we all make fun of Juliana Pena. She's not that good, but she's so like fucking aggressive and wild and ratchet and whatever. Mackenzie Dern has a little bit of that. I think she is honestly better than Gillian Robertson everywhere. And this is coming from a massive Gillian Robertson fan. You won't find someone south of the Canadian border that likes Gillian Robertson as much as I do. She's made me insane amounts of money through all my years of betting on her. Mackenzie Dern is bigger. Mackenzie Dern is better. Plus, one thing that everybody needs to know about and nobody is talking about, Gillian Robertson has a noticeable limp that has developed over the last 6 or 7 months. This is a very low-key thing. Go watch the weigh-in show, the live actual weigh-in show when she's weighing in the morning, and you will see a ridiculously pronounced limp. She has bad, severe hip arthritis, and that's something you can Google. She says it doesn't affect her, kind of like Usman says with his knees. I don't know how it can't affect you when you're grappling with Mackenzie Dern, who's willing to snatch shit up. So my hot take, Mackenzie gets it done with ground and pound. I'm going Mackenzie Dern round 4 TKO, and the bet on that is a fucking Lambo. So throw me on that bitch. I'm going Mackenzie Dern. We're all going Mackenzie Dern. We're in agreement here, but I'll be rooting for Gillian Robertson. Going back to the chat, guys. Rain in the chat. Took out Medic sub 2. Let's get it. Can y'all imagine Herb Dean or Herzog reffing the Barboza fight? That would be wild, Mitch. You would like that, wouldn't you?
Oh my god. Yeah, don't do that to poor Barboza. Fuck it. Get him out there quick. If he wants out, I think he's just there just for that check, but we'll see. I love Barboza.
The check and the little retirement ceremony. You feel me?
Yeah.
There it is. Dern by sub rounds 3, 4, or 5 as a lock. I don't see an advantage for Jill at all. Jandiroba landed 9 takedowns and got beat up from the bottom last fight. Dern by sub or Dern by sub, and Gillian by TKO KO hedge out. Hey guys, looking good. Great addition to the streams. Thanks, brother. Hey, that's your boy, isn't it, Mitch?
Yeah. Jay McVeigh, loyal subscriber. Shout out Jay McVeigh.
Shout out Jay McVeigh. Toad in the chat. Much love. My favorite woman hater joined the stream. What up, Bromo? Whoa, Mackenzie. I think Dern wins and calls out Klein. I can have flaming hot Cheetos and the funnel cake. So that's Gillian with the hair and Mackenzie with the ass. I don't mind that. It's a good little snack, right?
Snacking.
There it is. Dern by TKO late 3, 4, and 5 astronomical numbers, and I'm playing that shit, Coffee. I'm sprinkling on it, and I'm trying to make a Lambo. The card starts in 30. It does. Brother, no hablo español. I wish DS was here. He speaks some Spanish, so we would get it. Mexican on the loose. JK, don't cancel me. Only way Robertson wins is if Dern's titties pop literally. Yeah, she got the big titties too. Those are fake. I don't know.
Good thing they check the fighter's nails so she can't pop anything before they walk in the cage.
Hell yeah. You got to remember, once the octagon door closes, all assumptions are left behind. Anything can happen and probably will. Got to like UFC fighters for their grit. You do. Got to respect everybody that gets in that cage. I swear I F with Juliana Pena. And shout out Fight Fiend. Everyone go check them out. I did the prop fiends with them last night. It was a fun time. You guys ready to move on to the main event of the evening?
Let's do it. I'm ready. It's the best part of the night.
There it is, guys. And finally, we are here. We have made it to the main event of the evening. It is Dagestan versus Russia, part 4, maybe 5. I don't know. You consider Paul Hughes and Conor McGregor versus the Nurmagomedov clan. And we finally got another one in the UFC in the main event for a title. It is the former lightweight king, the current welterweight king, the current pound-for-pound #1 fighter on the planet, Islam Makhachev, and he has taken on Ireland's own Ian Machado Garry, who has been in the news a lot this week. We're going big screen. We're going money, Mitch. We're talking about the main event. Mitch, break it down for me.
Yeah, I thought it was Ireland versus Dagestan, but Islam said it's actually Dagestan versus Brazil. I don't know if you heard that, but let's start with Ian Machado Garry. I got to give him this. He beat really good opponents, all right? He beat some good, Prates and MVP. Like, that is really good on your resume right there. But he did that by being the better mixed martial artist. Don't think that MVP fight was all striking. He went to the ground and took his back, had a body triangle. Let's not act like that Prates fight was all striking, even though Garry landed some nice shots. He was shooting these half-ass single legs just to get Prates thinking and hesitant. Against Bilal, I admit that. That's mostly striking. He was just using takedown defense. But Islam is a little bit better than Bilal, obviously. A lot more than a little better. I don't think he can be the better mixed martial artist with Islam. But I do think Gary's going to try to shoot his own half-ass takedowns just to catch Islam off guard a little bit. I think he's going to do very good in the first round. Stick and move, stick and move, stick and move. Wait for that sniper shot, even though he's not a power shot guy. I think he's looking for that perfectly timed shot that his Lord and Savior Conor McGregor said, precision beats power, timing beats speed. But if he's really vegan, can he really get up from the takedowns for 5 rounds straight? Islam, I am worried about Islam maybe getting caught. I can see why people are picking Garry, maybe because when I picture Islam Makhachev, I'm not picturing him pressuring you against the fence and just going bam, 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 bam. He kind of circles, throws leg kicks, and while you're standing straight, he perfectly times a disguised takedown. And when he throws punches, they're not to knock you out. It's just to blind you so he can grab that single leg. And I think if he does that early, especially, it's going to weigh on Ian Garry's arms. The lactic acid's going to build up. His striking speed could slowly start slowing down as the rounds go on when Islam puts that Dagestan pressure on you. So even though I don't think Islam Makhachev is durable as Bilal Muhammad, Bilal can eat some punches. Islam's got way more skills, and I think he's going to leg kick his way, punch his way into a takedown, and win a decision.
So you're going Islam Makhachev by decision. I love it. Chunda, the Ireland representation here.
I'm going to go off. All right. I have a special bit of information that I've just figured out this morning because I was bored on a plane looking at just information to rip into Ian Garry even more. And I have found some because in my video I said he claims it's Ireland versus Dagestan 2. It's not even close. There's been loads of Ireland versus Dagestans. Paul Hughes had 2 fights with Usman Nurmagomedov. So that's 1, 2, and 3. But he's not even the 4th because people fucking forget, man. Nathan Kelly fought Ahmed Magomedov and got submitted in the first minute. So what that tells you is that Irish people are just genetically shit at grappling. And that's why I'm picking Islam Makhachev in this fight by sub middle rounds.
That's all you got, Chunda?
I can go into detail about the fight, but if Bromo wants to go on.
I can go into detail, but I won't. No, Bromo, I know you've had a lot of shit to say about your favorite fighter, I think, Ian Machado Garry. So if you can kind of give us this breakdown, let me know where your head's at going into this.
Yeah, and also, I'm sorry I had to dip then. The kids were just, crying, so I had to go sort them out. But I'm praying for an Ian Garry loss here. Look, I would say, you guys know me. I don't like Ian Garry. I don't think anyone likes Ian Garry. No one likes Ian Garry. But he's very, very... Huh?
There's one.
There's one? Wait, who likes... MMA Joey likes him.
Layla.
I don't think Layla likes him. She fucking loves to she loves to embarrass him. I don't think his own son likes him. His own son calls him Ian.
That's
what the fuck's that about?
I got slapped. Bromo, when I was a child, I did that to my mom once. She smacked the shit out of me. So I learned.
Oh, yeah. It's a sign of disrespect, from your kids. But I think Ian Garry, as annoying as he is very, very good. He's very, very good. I think, we saw the real height at the face-off at the presser. I haven't seen the weigh-in though. What was the height like on the weigh-in? Was the height kind of...
Ian's a bit taller. It was their true height. They were both wearing flats, and Ian's maybe 2.5 inches taller.
That's massive. 2.5
I thought
inches.
Ian was wearing boots. Was he not wearing boots?
inches. 2.5 inches is like a lot more than you really need, I think.
If you fight like Gary,
That's like
saying in
1
general,
inch.
You know, it's more than enough.
That's like 1 inch too long, in my opinion. You
Thank
don't want to be 2.5 inches. No, but I do think, on a serious note, though, I think Ian Garry is going to do very well here, keeping Islam at range. I think he's going to be able to keep him on the end of a jab. I'd be surprised if he does any like calf kicks. I can see oblique kicks happening, because if Islam's knees are getting stomped and that, you know, he compromises Islam's knee, it's gonna be a lot harder to shoot takedowns, because you need that lead leg to shoot like a solid takedown. And I think if Ian Garry can just pepper him with a jab in the early rounds, you know, stomp on his knee, not do an awful lot, you know, I don't think he's going to be throwing many body kicks or calf kicks. So they're easier to catch, and Islam can just work off of that. I think Ian Garry is going to keep it out of range. He's going to be circling around. If he gets too close to the cage, he's going to circle out again. I think his defensive grappling is really good too. I think his defensive grappling is much better than JDM's is, and he just couldn't get JDM, like, he couldn't submit JDM. He couldn't do really anything to him apart from hold him down. I hope Ian loses, but I can see this going a decision, like a 48-47. You know, the Dagestan fan base cry, call it a robbery. You know, they robbed him. They brutally robbed him. But yeah, I'm hoping for an Islam sub, because, oh God, it's like, I've never seen a fighter in a fight week aim to lose fans, but Ian Garry's doing it. Like, he's actually trying to lose the fan base rather than gain it, which is an interesting tactic. But there we go. But yeah, I think Ian Garry on points. That's my official prediction.
Wow. No bromo with the Ian Garry by decision. So look, I've done this 15 times, I feel like, this week, and broken down this fight and kind of given my opinion, but I'll do it one last time here. I did drop a video the other day, Bromo, and, you know, I dropped it in the Discord, and you made a little bit of a joke. You're like, a video, damn, Bam Bam means business, something along those lines. And it's the truth, right? So I went on MMA YouTube, and I was kind of shocked to see a bunch of people that I respect picking Ian Machado Garry, and it didn't really make sense to me, right? But then as I started kind of looking into it, I get why everyone is doing it. I understand your reasoning. I understand the reasoning of a lot of these people. He is the naturally biggest guy that Islam Makhachev is going to face. He's long-bodied. He's got a phenomenal stand-up. The takedown defense is pretty goddamn good. And there's this level of delusion inside Ian Garry, which is necessary to become very good at fighting. You need to believe in yourself, maybe to a fucking delusional level, and he definitely has that, right? But then as I start looking skill for skill, it's like, how the fuck can I pick against Islam Makhachev? He is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. I think he has proven that, and I think he has been that for some time now. I truly believe that the toughest test for Islam Makhachev in this division is Michael Morales, because everything we say about Ian Garry, you can multiply that ×2 with the size. Much naturally bigger, much more strong, much more powerful, all the above. And I think in order to beat Islam Makhachev, you really need to get him out of there. I think it's a very tall task to do it by decision. So if people are picking Garry, I can understand it. I unfortunately cannot, you know, wrap my head around the way to pick that. I was looking at the odds. I saw Ian Garry by submission at like plus 5,000 or something crazy like that. And I was like,
fire on that. Fucking hell.
Like, he's stupid enough to fucking try it. You know what I mean? So if
Oh,
you want
he
to
is.
sprinkle
Oh,
a little
yeah,
something-
yeah. He'll be like, oh, I'm going to go out there and prove a point.
Exactly. So I was kind of feeling that. Ultimately, though, I think Islam gets it done. I think Islam gets it done by submission, round 4. A Darce choke. I accidentally took Mitch off the screen, but now I put myself on this. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm pressing the wrong buttons, but I'm going
it's
Islam.
the speed.
I'm dizzy.
I think it's the speed that's making people pick Garry, unless it's like a betting app telling these big channels to pick Garry to even the odds, giving, you know, them some coin or something. But I mean, Gary's speed that's his clear advantage here. His footwork is amazing. His balance is amazing. I believe he could hop around on one foot all damn day. But I think the problem is the chain wrestling of Islam. And it's not going to be the first shot. It might not be the second. It could be the third. And then watching that Islam versus Poirier fight, that is a little concerning. I will admit that. Poirier, I mean, he was doing great. He busted Islam up. He kept standing up over and over and over again. I mean, Islam just couldn't hold down Poirier like I think we all thought. But that being said, Islam still got the sub as long as it took, and he still held his own in the striking against the Dustin. So, I mean, I see the Garry stuff. I think this is a huge, if he wins, this is one of the biggest wins on his resume. I want to know what you guys think. Where do you rank? If Islam does beat Garry, where do you rank that with Volk and Charles based off difficulty?
I'll let you guys take it. Bromo, I'm wrong. What do you guys?
All right.
I'll go.
I think that this would be the most impressive win on Islam's resume, to be honest. I mean, I've done a video on Islam's resume. I think Volk is a great win, but smaller guy coming up, right? And also, I don't know what you guys think about Fight Feed's take about how he says Volk should have won that fight based on the scoring criteria. He breaks it down in a video of his. I can see the argument though, like based on damage. Charles is a great win. Okay, no denying that. But again, former featherweight moving up sort of thing. And then you look at the rest of his resume. Volk on short notice. Poirier on his way out. Fucking Moicano on a day's notice. And then JDM, that's aged like absolute milk. So I think Ian Garry, if he beats Ian Garry, that's the most impressive win on his resume because it's a bigger guy, all right? It's a full camp, tall, rangy, elite striker. And I don't think it's the biggest name on his resume, though. Obviously, Volk and Charles are bigger names, but like skill for skill, like stylistically, or like all the the size difference, the striking advantage. I think that this would be the most impressive win, but not his biggest, if that makes any sense.
I agree with that. He's not as high prestige as a Volk or a Charles, but stylistically, he's the bigger and faster guys. That's the most impressive.
Yeah, I agree. And also, just what you were saying about he struggled to hold Dustin Poirier down. You can look at the Volk fight too. Much shorter guy, right, moving up, and he kind of struggled. He struggled with Volk in a way. Like I know he had his back at times, but he couldn't really get any submissions off. Volk was able to fight on his back really well. He knocked Islam down at one point. The shorter, stockier guy. You get Ian Garry in there, much rangier, much much bigger. He's basically he's kind of like a Volk in a way, but at welterweight. So it's going to be a tricky one.
I'm interested to see who's going to pressure because we have this idea Islam's backing you up, but a lot of the fights I watched, he's circling, then boom, 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 and then shoots. So I'm interested to see who's going to be backing who up most of the time.
Yeah, it's going to be it could either be really, really fun and a war, or it's going to be fucking shit, and I'm going to be falling asleep.
I'll be nervous the whole time regardless. It's so high level. This might be a hot take. This is the most legitimate title fight this whole year on paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me ask you guys a question I got asked yesterday, and I see the chat. We'll get into it in a second. I got asked this question yesterday on a live show. They were saying if you could put yourself kind of in the mindset of the beginning of the summer. So we haven't seen any of the fight cards pre-White House. They had Ilya Topuria, Justin Gaethje announced. They had Hamza, before that fight, Hamzat and Sean Strickland. And then we knew a little bit about this fight, okay? If you took those three before they happened, and I said one of the underdogs is going to win, who would your pick have been? Would it have been Ian Machado Garry?
Ian Garry, easily. Definitely. I think, if I had to pick one, either Justin Gaethje, I don't think anyone fucking picked that, apart from the contrarians, and then they go, see, I was right. No, you just want to be different. And then you got proved right after the fact. Sean versus Hamza, I was picking Sean Strickland, but if you had to say if only one won, I'd have said Ian Garry, to be honest. Yeah.
What do you think, Mitch?
Are you asking who would be the most shocking underdog?
No. If I told you I'm from the fucking future, one of these guys wins, the other two loses. So it's Gaethje, it's Sean Strickland, or Ian Garry. Who would you have taken?
Gaethje against Topuria, you were talking?
Yeah.
Even though I picked Gaethje against Topuria, I swear to God, I meant it full-heartedly. I know it's hard to believe. I think I agree. I think I'd pick Ian Garry as the most likely because his willingness to win boringly, and he doesn't give a fuck. He's a master at point fighting. So I would say I'm going to put my odds on the guy who's a great master point fighter.
How about you, Chunda?
Well, at the start of the year, I did pick a couple fights wrong. Every main event for me this year in pay-per-views, I've majority been wrong. You know, Ilia Topuria, Khamzat Chimaev. But I will say, for the Khamzat Chimaev one, I said it's either going to be a Khamzat first round finish or a split decision either way. That's, I don't want to, okay, I'm not going to self-glaze, but if you would have asked me 2 years ago, I would have said Islam Makhachev by finish.
What are we talking about, Chunda? You're missing the question.
If you would have asked me when I was 10 years old, I would have said Islam Makhachev finish.
I don't even. Or
Getting finished by Gary?
That's the question wrong.
All right,
when I was in the womb, I would have said Islam Makhachev.
No, I think he's saying what's more. What would you bet? What would you put your money on before the year started? Sean Strickland pulling off an upset, Justin Gaethje pulling off an upset, or Ian Garry? And I think we're all saying we would put our money on Ian Garry pulling off the upset, just based off tactics and point fighting.
Like if we had to choose one, it'd be Garry easily.
I think I said this in the video. I have to try to find a clip later on, but I did say, like, out of all the fights this year, I believe in Sean Strickland the most.
Okay.
So I would have thrown my money on Sean Strickland.
Yeah, for me, it would have been Garry. I see Toad in the chat. He was picking Gaethje, screamed it from the rooftops. That is true. He was adamant about it. I see everybody in the chat. I want to point out a couple of them. The nutritionist likes them. I like that comment. Mini Beans in the chat. Islam beats the Fairy 100%. According to Yusuf, Bromo, you summoned him from the Discord. How about this one? Bam Bam is a Chelsea fan. That's based. Look at that. Right, where is it at? Blue is the color, baby. Blue is the color. I love Chelsea. And then Persian in the chat. Bromo, shut the fuck up. I'm private right now, but you're stupid.
Fuck you, Persian. You're going to wax your legs, buddy. You're going to wax your legs live on the stream.
I called you a UK.
You're going to cause him to crash, bro.
Hey, so anyways, guys, we've went through the entire card. We have T-minus 12 minutes until the card fucking begins. So if you guys are new here, obviously like and subscribe. We're about to do the little rundown here. What we do, we go through the entire card one final time, giving you our picks. Guys, 10, 20 seconds, whatever you feel is appropriate. We're going to go Chunda, we'll go Mitch, we'll go Bromo, then me on every single fight here. So let's go for it. Jeremiah Wells, Mektabek Orobai, go for it.
I'm going to go Mektabek Orobai by rounds 1 or 2 finish. I think he can finish him on the feet. I think he can finish him on the ground. I'm not confident in picking either one. I'm going to take another 5 minutes, by the way, to break down this fight. I'm just kidding.
Mitchell.
I'm going Caveman Habib by second round submission. Orobai.
I'm going to go Orobai as well by finish. I just think, he's going to get it done. Okay, the Neanderthal is going to get it done.
Yeah, no fucking surprise. A minus 1,200 favorite. We're all going Mektabek.
Is he? Fucking hell.
Massive favorite. So I'm going him by submission as well. We move on to the next fight of the night, and it is the Haitian sensation, Neil Magny, taking on Albania's Ramiz Brahimaj. Chunda.
Ramiz Brahimaj is my boy. I'm going Ramiz Brahimaj by first or second round finish. It could be a submission, but I think it could be a KO more likely than not. He can whip up a head kick real fast. So let's go Ramiz Brahimaj.
Mitchell.
Brahimaj by winning on the ground in the later rounds. He wins on the ground somehow in the later rounds against Magny.
There we go. Bromo.
Yeah, I got Brahimaj as well. Probably by finish.
A lot of people are making this Brahimaj as a good submission artist. Neil Magny gets submitted. I don't fucking see it that way. Give me the veteran Neil Magny gets it done by decision. God damn it, I'll be the odd man out. We move on to the next fight, and it is two Brazilians here, two Brazilian big boys. Rafael Tobias. He is taking on Lucas Fernando. Chunda.
Honestly, I see everyone and their mother picking Fernando in this fight. I'm going Tobias. I truly believe the odds are crazy for this fight. I've seen Fernando. He looked great, but he didn't have that wow factor that I really need to pick against Tobias. 14-2. There's a reason he's that record. I think he's better grappling by a mile than him. So I think he's going to take him down in the first 2 rounds and get his sub.
There we go.
I think Tobias is good. I think he can do that, but I'm just going Fernando based off IQ and doing what he does and sticking to his game plan with the striking. So I'm going with Fernando by a late finish or a decision.
Promo.
I'm not even going to lie and try and break down these two guys because I have no fucking clue who they are. I'm just a casual, to be honest. But I'm going with Fernando based off of...
Here we go. We're going to get some insight here.
Something. Fernando's going to get it done just because I said so.
At least one of them is Brazilian.
Right.
You are?
So they're both Brazilian.
Well, I'm going with the guy that's, I don't know.
He's got less losses in the UFC.
There it is. Big
Well, there we go. Less losses. Thank you. There we go.
I'm going Lucas Fernando as well. He's a former LFA champion. There's more pedigree there. Tobias is 22 years old. There's room to fucking grow. Lucas Fernando, weirdly enough, I'm going decision, but the knockout is very live on that one. This is the type of shit that make the hood go crazy, and here it begins. Vicente Luque, Tresean Gore. Chunda.
I'm going to go Tresean Gore. I just believe that he's going to outdog him in this fight. I think he has more power. I think he's going to be better on the feet. And I wouldn't count it as sub because it could be a club and sub. I think Luque's better on the ground, but could be a club and sub. So I'm just going to go Tresean Gore finish first 2 rounds.
Tresean Gore is too timid for me. I'm going Luque by Darce or Anaconda.
Promo.
I should remind people, I was the only person that picked Luque to beat Gastelum. Just pointing that out there. Because everyone was saying, Bromo, you're crazy. This guy's fucked in there. And he got it done by finish, like I said he would. But with this fight, I don't think he's going to get it done. I don't think this time. I think he's taken too much damage, I feel like, over the course of his career. Tresean Gore just pulled off a big upset in his last fight. I believe it was his last fight. And I think he's going to get it done, probably by a finish. I think Luque's just he's too washed, man. He's too washed in this one. The reason why I picked Luque in the Gastelum fight was because I was like, well, they're both washed. But I think Luque's less washed. That was my thought process. But I don't think Gore's washed. So I'm going to go Gore by a finish.
Yeah, I'm going Tresean Gore. That's the homie. I'm going Tresean Gore by knockout. Vicente Luque is washed. I'm sorry. I know people don't want to hear it. The brain bleed, the brain hemorrhaging. I think he only beat Kelvin Gastelum because Gastelum found himself a hot-ass girlfriend and missed weight, was eating tacos and drinking cervezas and shit. Tresean Gore makes a statement, gets a knockout. Real quick, this one, message me. Just text me, and I'll send you.
Also, in that fight with... Oh, my God. My
Who are we
brain's
talking
gone.
about, Gore or Luque?
Luque. Against Gastelum. Sorry, yeah, I'm fucked. Gastelum was doing well, early on. He was doing really well against Luque. And I actually thought, maybe I have gone wrong here. So, if Gastelum's able to do that, I kind of piece you up a little bit, and he's fucking washed and fat, I think Gore can do it.
I still rate washed Luque over a Rodolfo Vieira, but we'll see. It's a good one.
Look, it's a tough fight. Vicente Luque, prime for prime, wins this fight, but it's not prime for prime anymore. Moving on to a guy hopefully entering his prime, Dante Johnson. He's taking on Eric Mechanico Chunda. Give me the last pick.
Sorry, I'm going to go Dante Johnson here by first or second round knockout. I just believe he has that power. I think stylistically it's close, but I just think Mechanico's chinny. I think everyone forgot that he got dropped 3 times against Rodolfo Vieira badly. So Dante has more power. I'm going to go him.
Mitch.
Yeah, definitely either Johnson by KO or Mechanico decision. I'm going to stick with my pick. I think Mechanico's better, even though he's a little chinny. I'm going Mechanico decision.
Promo.
I got the same pick as I might be wrong. Johnson by finish. Yeah, I've not really put too much thought into it, to be honest. I just know that Johnson's pretty fucking solid. He's looking good, so
yep.
Picking Johnson.
Former football player, super freak athlete. He's finally moved to a real gym. He's at Extreme Couture, one of the best gyms on the planet. I know his head corner, Justin James. They've had nothing but great things to say about him. Trains with Strickland, trains with Fluffy, trains with Chris Curtis. He's a fucking beast. This kid is green, but he's getting there. Dante Johnson makes a statement, round 1 KO. Moving on, another friend of the channel. That's 3 in a row. Shout out the Skullet Gang, Energy. Charles Johnson, he's taking on Eduardo Enrique, also known as Chapolin. Give me your thoughts. I might be wrong.
This fight is like the definition of 50-50. Johnson is probably better skilled than Henrique right now, but I just believe he is fucking chinny. And he's older than the Alex Perez fight. That's like a no-brainer. But I just think Henrique is going to go in there with the game plan of kill or be killed in the first 2 rounds, and then he's going to gas out in the third and then get finished. But I think he's going to fluke Johnson in the first 2 rounds.
Fair. Mitch.
I'm not going to pick the short notice guy. I know he's good. I'm going with the experienced guy. Give me Charles Johnson decision.
Bromo.
I'm picking against Johnson purely out of spite, because every time I pick him, he fucking loses, and I'm just sick of him. I'm honestly sick of him. And like I might be wrong said, he's chinny. You know, I thought he was gonna be Perez, and then fucking he just got absolutely fucking battered, didn't he? So it's just like, I don't know. I'm mainly picking him out of spite because I said I would never pick him ever again. So give me Henrique. I don't know how, but I mean, if he's going to beat him, it's going to be by finish. It won't be by points. And you know, Johnson can be finished pretty easily. It seems like. I'm sorry that he's your friend, Bam Bam. All right, and you're probably picking him because he's your best friend. Your best friend, Charles Johnson. Go on, pick him.
Shout out the homie Charles. I'm picking Charles fucking Johnson. What are we talking about? Short notice, 2 days. They're fighting at 130. He's the naturally bigger guy. 2 former LFA champions. I'm with Mitch. I'll take the experience. Guys, we have 2 minutes, so let's fly through these last 2. Okay. Chidi and Njokuani, Joel Alvarez. Chunda.
I'm going to go Joel Alvarez sub by rounds 1 or 2. I just think he's going to show levels on the ground.
Mitch.
Alvarez, boring decision.
I'm with Alvarez as well. Yeah, I'm picking Alvarez.
Joel Alvarez, round 1 submission, but I'm scared. Chidi Bang Bang can fucking crack. Edson Barboza, Esteban Ribovics.
No brainer. Ribovics, brutal, sad, Darren Elkins-esque KO first 2 rounds.
Ribovics, first round or early second round TKO. Bloodies up Barboza, unfortunately.
Yep, Ribovics via finish. Barboza's old. He needs to fucking retire soon.
Yeah, passing of the torch here. I'm going Esteban Ribovics. I think he gets it done early. I think Edson Barboza retires. Mansur Abdul-Malik taking on Dustin Stoltzfus.
I'm going to go Mansur Abdul-Malik by fucking... There's my fucking bedtime alarm. Mansur Abdul-Malik by fucking... first round finish.
Mitchell.
Abdul-Malik, he's more physical and more imposing, more dangerous by KO.
I got the same picks. Same pick.
Yeah, same shit. I think he's one of the other guys that makes a massive statement. Bounce back win. Mansur Abdul-Malik, round 1. Jalin, the Tarantula Turner, taking on Kauê Fernandes. Chunda.
Sorry, I had to turn off my alarm, but Jalin Turner is... I think Kauê Fernandes, this is a 50-50 fight. I'm going with Kauê Fernandes because he's my boy. I think he's better on the ground a little bit, but I think the leg kicks are going to be a big factor. Jalin Turner with those fucking... He's like a string being in there. So I'm going to go Kauê Fernandes, 29-28.
Mitchell.
I'm going Fernandes, late leg kick, TKO somehow in a barn burner fight. Fernandes.
I got Jalin Turner via finish.
Same. I'm going Jalin Turner. Give me the experience, massive level of competition difference. Kauê Fernandes not ready for all that fucking smoke. The ladies, BBL Mackenzie taking on Canada's own Gillian Robertson. Chunda.
I'm going Mackenzie Dern by brutal fucking beatdown. Now that I know Robertson has a bad hip, I'm fucking sure of it. Give me Mackenzie Dern finish. Yeah, she has a bad hip.
Yeah.
Dern, she's a better striker. She's better on the ground as far as finishing the fight. Dern by a late submission.
Yeah, I got Mackenzie Dern. Hopefully by finish in the early round so we can fucking move on.
I'm going Mackenzie Dern via finish round 4, but I'm going TKO. So I'm trying to make a bag on that one. Give me Mackenzie Dern. She's better literally everywhere. But I'll be rooting for Gillian Robertson. Main event of the evening, boys. Father's Plan, Islam Makhachev taking on the cuck Ian Machado Garry. Chunda, the floor is yours.
I saw this when I was a child. Islam Makhachev finish, middle rounds.
Islam Makhachev, he brings a hard copy of a Disney film, and Ian Garry folds. Islam Makhachev. Let's fucking go.
He's gonna be weeping in there.
Ian Garry via decision, and then his wife's going to treat him to a nice little corner viewing of her and her husband.
That could be celebratory. Yeah, it could be celebratory. It could be like also a punishment if he loses.
Maybe.
And Bromo, to fucking wrap it up, that's what I'm going with. I think he gets the shameful view from the chair, not the celebration one. I'm going Islam Makhachev. I'm going round 4 submission, little Darce choke, anaconda, one of the fucking variants of that. And that's all we got, guys. That's UFC 330. That has been the pre-show. That right there, if you're watching on the regular view, is Chunda. I Might Be Wrong MMA. Go check him out. At the bottom, that is Money Mitch MMA. Go check him out. Make some great content. And, of course, I don't think he needs an introduction, but No Bromo MMA on the other side there. Go check. Anyone doing a live companion?
Yeah, I want to say one thing. I'm going to do a live fight companion for the whole main card. So check that out, Money Mitch MMA. Check out the fight freestyles that everyone liked in the chat. Check out that last one. And I swear to God, you might think I'm crazy. No Bromo. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Yeah.
I did pick Gaethje. You can check the White House predictions. I did a long pre-recorded video saying why Gaethje wins. That's my best pick ever, even though I said Ian Garry would be the least crazy win out of the bunch.
Yeah, I will go and watch it. You say you're doing a main card fight companion? Because
yes.
All right, I'll come hop in with that one then.
Appreciate it, bro. I'll give you a sub as well. I seen you around, but now I know you for real.
Nice one, mate. Thank you very much. I'll sub up to you as well.
There we go, boy. UFC 330. Ian Machado Garry. Does the cuck get it fucking done? Does the cuck get to fuck tonight? We're going to find out. Bye, guys.
Absolutely not.